to Tana. Tana swings and drives it to deep right field. Going back is the right fielder Hill, and that one is gone. Watch it fly. Jose Tana on the top of the 10th. A nice little pass there to his man, and that's no good. By Daniels, now bringing it back up is McCollum. Will stop. 3 again. And again, he drains it. 11-2 Wizards. 3 threes in a row. Hands it off. Rodriguez up the middle. Touchdown, Commanders. Rodriguez with the touchdown run. Chris Rodriguez Jr. straight up the middle. Touchdown.
District Nation broadcasts are brought to you by Watch It Fly Media. Now, here's District Nation.
And welcome in, everybody, to District Nation. Thank you so much for coming into today's broadcast, where the Rochester Red Wings are on the board here. The Rochester Red Wings, the AAA affiliate of the Washington Nationals, will take on the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. Let's go. Thank you so much to everyone who has tuned in today. Thank you so much. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Help out the channel just a little bit. Thank you so much for tuning in. CH is here. He says, gave a like district. What's up, CH? Thanks for tuning in, man. Here we go, everybody. We're going to have Chandler Champlain take on the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp for Game 2 of this 3-game series. Well, we will not be covering Game 3, but we are covering Game 2 for now. I'm really excited to cover this series because I think there's a lot to unpack here. A lot of good prospects here at AAA Rochester. A lot of good guys I'd like to see at the big league level. I mean, Seaver King, sadly, is injured, so he's on the 7-day IL in the minor leagues. It's 7 days, but I'm really hoping he can find his way back soon. I'm really hoping that he can find his way back, slowly crawl back. He's a really good player, so I'm hoping a guy like Seaver King can find his way back. Obviously not playing tonight. At shortstop is going to be Trey Lipscomb. Up the middle infield at second, you have Cayden Wallace. Cayden Wallace has been doing well since getting that call up to AAA Rochester. Been impressed from what I'm seeing from him. He has been a very good player, and tonight we're going to see him in the starting lineup. AAA, you have a lot of differences. It's not just your performance. They're going to let prospects play, guys who are struggling, find their fit again. That's why you'll see Joey Weimer in the starting lineup a lot. Weimer has not had many good numbers at the AAA level. And the C's are here. Mr. and Mrs. C are here. You're going to say something about last night's Nats game. You know what? I'll say one thing. Thank you, athletics people. Las Vegas Athletics, whatever you want to say, 23-4. What a win for the Washington Nationals. Pure excellence. Just 9 innings of great baseball. And Jorbit Vivas coming in to get the save. Vivas comes in and nails down the win. I don't know what you want to say there, but he nailed down the win. He won it for us. Jorbit Vivas came out of the bullpen. And Cornelio did not do terrible. Can of Cornelio was not a can of Cornelio. He was pretty good, which I'm really excited to see. A guy like him who is doing well now. Riley Cornelio, maybe one way, he was throwing to his catcher, who was his catcher at the AAA Rochester level. He was pitching to Harry Ford, which was really awesome. So thank you, Mr. and Mrs. C, for quickly bringing that up. But yeah, good win for them. They don't even have their first pitch until 10:10 today, 10:10 Eastern Standard Time. So I'm not calling that. I'm not staying up till 1 a.m. to call a game. We're here for Rochester Red Wings baseball, which I'm always excited to do because a lot of talent. I said a lot of talent, a lot of raw skill here, some good arms. I mean, Chandler Champlain this year has not been terrible. I mean, just looking face value at his numbers, they're not bad. 6-3 with a 3.94. That could play at the major league level. Maybe this guy ends up getting the call. Why would he not? Maybe he does. I mean, Jackson can. I'd also like to see get the call. Someone like that. Maybe Luis Perales, who throws really hard. But this is just one other guy I'd like to see get the call because he's a good arm. He's a very good arm. So with that, everybody, ESL Ballpark is hosting this. It is Batman night over there. They have a dressed up Spikes as Batman. But here we're about 4 minutes away from first pitch. So let's get going with the official starting lineups and batting order for today's game between the Rochester Red Wings and the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. We'll get that going in just a second here. So let's get it going right here, starting with the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp, who are 50-42. They are second in the International League East. They are 4 games behind, and on the road, they are 24-19. Leading off is going to be Cam Canarella, the left fielder. Batting second is going to be Connor Norby, the third baseman. Batting third is going to be Davey Vision de los Santos, the first baseman. Batting fourth is Graham Pauly, designated hitter. Batting fifth is going to be Matthew Edsel. He's the right fielder. Batting sixth is Andrew Pintar. He's in center field for today's game. Batting seventh is Gage Miller, the second baseman. Batting eighth is going to be Jared Cernaw, the shortstop. And batting ninth, the catcher, Garrett Forrester. And on the mound for the Jumbo Shrimp is Carson Milbrandt. 0-2 with a 5.48 this year at AAA play for the Jumbo Shrimp. Once again, that's Canarella, Norby De Los Santos, Pauly, Edsel, Pintar, Miller, Cerna, Forrester with Milbrandt on the mound. There you go, everybody. That is the starting lineup for the Jumbo Shrimp. And now, the starting lineup for the Rochester Red Wings for manager Matthew LeCroy. Batting first, the left fielder, number 1, Philip Glasser. Batting second, the center fielder, number 12, Christian Franklin. Batting third, the first baseman, number 15, Abimelech Ortiz. Batting fourth, the third baseman, number 20, Brady House. Batting fifth, the right fielder, number 24, Andrew Pinkney. Batting sixth, the shortstop, number 7, Trey Lipscomb. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, number 16, Riley Adams. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 14, Cayden Wallace. And batting ninth, the catcher, number 40, Maxwell Romero Jr. And on the mound for your Rochester Red Wings, number 49, Chandler Champlain. And that is the starting lineup for your Rochester Red Wings right here on District Nation. Here we go, everybody. About to get underway here. New layout for the Rochester Red Wings. We got Spikes right above me, and Abimelech Ortiz is the featured player in the layout. So there you go, everybody. That'll display the score. The thing right next to me will display the score. Everything we had on the last layout except Spikes is now above me as well. So here you go, everybody. So Chandler Champlain about to get going here. Chandler Champlain's going to warm up, get the Red Wings underway. Excited to see this guy get his first start of the second half of the minor league season. Lil Poppy, says Mr. C. Yep, we got Lil Poppy on the screen. Yep, Mr. C with the good nickname there, Lil Poppy. We got to discuss some nicknames for these minor league guys. Let's see what happens. Let's see what nicknames we get, because they could be called to the big leagues, and I want them to be at this level. It'd be really cool to see them with nicknames by the time they get to the major league level. And the cup we're using today, I believe this is a 2021 cup. It says Experience the Natitude, which I think is pretty cool here. Experience the Natitude. And it just has the 2019 World Champions logo. So that's the cup we are running with for tonight's game. So Chandler Champlain about to step out. Cam Canarella led off the game for the Jumbo Shrimp last night as well. Canarella was not able to get a hit. I thought he would, because he's been so good at AA and high, those levels. It was his first AAA game, and he just couldn't make contact. I think the jump to AAA is very big. I mean, single A, I feel like high A to AA is one of the bigger jumps, because it's the first big jump where guys are actually competing. Single A and high A, it's pure development. You're learning. Once you get to AA, it's a new field. I feel like it's a new field. You're playing a new game. You're playing a more competitive version of the game that we watch. I mean, AA, it becomes more competitive. And then AAA, it's the one step to MLB. You're there at MLB. You're playing at a very high level when you're there. So maybe struggle with that. But Chandler Champlain about to step out. Let's look at the numbers real quickly for him. Champlain, he's 6-3 this season with a 3.94 ERA. This is going to be his 18th game and his 14th start. 82 in the third innings, worked 51 strikeouts with a 106 whip. Look at some other numbers. This year, he's only given up 38 runs, 36 of them earned, 9 home runs given up. Not great two-hit batters. He has 16 walks on the year. They're hitting .235 against him as the Red Wings are getting ready to run on the field. Rarely do you see a home team wear any resemblance of a gray jersey. And for tonight's game, the Red Wings are wearing Batman-themed uniforms. They have the classic Batman logo across their jersey. The classic one, the yellow circle with the Batman logo on it, and a yellow belt on the jersey. They're wearing actual belts, and it resembles a belt at the bottom of the jersey. Really interesting look there for the Red Wings. I mean, cool uniform there, but nice jerseys here. Batman-themed jerseys. yellow belt on the jersey, and then they're wearing yellow belts too, so they look like they have 2 belts on. Chandler Champlain warming up in the Batman jersey, still wearing a red and black Rochester hat, black outline, and then the red R on the logo, so Champlain's going to wear that. They're wearing red trim with these Batman jerseys, but really interesting. A really cool Batman jersey. That's just a really interesting jersey to me. I think it's an interesting look for this team. They're going with a Batman theme, so I already got a picture of it because this is really cool. I think it's a really cool thing. You'll see that at minor leagues. They're always advertising that. So there you go. Batman jerseys, and they look really cool. I think that's an interesting way to get people to come into the stadium. Hey, and their promotion was you come into the stadium and you get to watch the Lego Batman after on field. They're doing an on-field camp out, which must be really awesome for fans. But ESL Ballpark, beautiful ballpark, 10,000 capacity roughly. We're about to get underway, everybody. We're going to get this underway a couple minutes late. Any idea why a Batman theme? I think they're just doing it for fun. They got Robert Wool, an actor from the original Batman movie, with just original movie, and they got him to come. I think he played a journalist in the movie, and he's in it, so that's really cool. I think it's really cool that they're doing it. I don't know why. There's no really Batman holiday coming up, so there's no big holiday coming up. They're just doing this, and like I said, they're doing the showing of the movie later in the day. It's part of an after-game promotion, yep. I mean, it's a really cool promotion. You get to meet people. You get to meet one of the actors. And there's pre-game festivities, stuff like that. And then you also get to watch the movie after on field. You can get to camp out and watch the Lego Batman movie. That'd be an interesting play. Here we go. Umpire getting the clock set and ready to go. Chandler Champlain ready to go here. He's going to face Cam Canarella to get this one underway. Let's go, everybody. So it is going to show the count, which is really annoying because I didn't want it to. I didn't want it to show the count because the count's always what's ahead of me, and I'll have to move Abimelech up here so we can't see him. But there you go, everybody. Less spoilers, hopefully, with this screen. Here we go. Cam Canarella going to hit here. No hits yet at the AAA level. Lefty-righty matchup. Champlain into the wind. First pitch to Cam Canarella is going to be just inside ball 1, and we are underway here a little bit late at 6:49 p.m. That's the start of our first pitch here from ESL Ballpark, Rochester, New York, in studio from the District Nation studio. Here comes the 1-0 from Champlain. He delivers. In there, called strike 1, so to be a 1-1 count. Good there, so gets the call right there. So to be a 1-1 here to Champlain. Thank you so much to everyone who has tuned in. Champlain into the wind. The 1-1. Just high ball, too. So to be a 2-1 count now. Just couldn't get the spot. Looks like the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp are wearing an alternate black jersey. Has red and blue trim. Their letters in 2 different colors. Top red, bottom blue. Here comes the 2-1 from Champlain. Swing and a miss on a pitch right in the zone. It's a 2-2 count now. Checking out the pitch arsenal here. 31%, you're going to see the fastball from Champlain. 26, the slider. And then the rest, 15% changeup, 12 curveball, 10 for the sinker, and then 8% for the sweeper. The 2-2 from Champlain. Swinging a ground ball. This is chopped towards the first baseman, Abimelech, and he'll now toss it over to the pitcher covering in time. Nice play there by Abimelech Ortiz on a ground ball that looked to be towards the hole, but Ortiz was able to range over, make the play, and Chandler Champlain ranged over to the bag, was there to cover, so Ortiz could throw a little sidearm throw, and Champlain could tag the bag. So that's out number 1, and that's how we're going to get started here from Rochester for this AAA game, and now bring up Connor Norby now. Charles is here. What's up, Charles? He says, D-Nation CEO founder. Great afternoon. What's up, Charles? Champlain into the wind. First pitch to the righty Norby is going to be swung on, hit deep out to left center field, and that one is gone. That one's out of here towards left center field, and Connor Norby makes it a 1-0 game early. Connor Norby goes yard to get this one started immediately, sends it out to left center field. Connor Norby on the first pitch from Chandler Champlain leaves the yard and gets it out of here. It's 1-0. Champlain kind of threw him a meatball right there, a pitch that Michaelis would throw, just a pitch right in the zone, and Norby crushed it to left center field and left the yard. So it's 1-0 now. Early 1-0 game now. So that'll bring up De Los Santos now with 1 down. Champlain in the wind. The pitch to De Los Santos is outside, ball 1. Stopping by to show my support and hit the like button. This is powerful indeed. I'm doing very well, thanks. Watch it fly. Yep. Watch it fly. Connor Norby right there, who does have big league experience. The 1-0 from Champlain to De Los Santos is going to be swung on. Hit out to center. Coming in as a center fielder, Franklin. On the run. Sliding catch by Christian Franklin. And that's out number 2. So that's a sliding catch by Christian Franklin. De Los Santos hit a low fly ball to center, shallow, and Christian Franklin came on to make a sliding catch for out number 2. Nice play by Christian Franklin for out number 2. Great play-by-play calling as usual, Sir D Nation. Thank you. Wow, so first hit at AAA was a home run. No, excuse me, Mr. C. So Canarella already grounded out. And then Connor Norby on the first pitch in the 2-hole. Connor Norby, who has been at AAA for a while, hits a home run. So Cam Canarella grounded out to get the game underway. 2 outs here, and here's Graham Polly, and he swings and fouls. This one off third base side, it'll be an 0-1 count. But immediately a 1-0 game. Got to be a good way to get the game going for at least the side for the Jumbo Shrimp. Immediately 1-0. Says Mr. C. Yep. Sorry if I didn't make it clear enough. I apologize. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Nice curveball there from Champlain. Got some breaking ball action there. Very obvious over the top. He's only going to throw that about 12% of the time, and it's going to sit at around 79. His fastball will sit about 92. Champlain into the wind. The 0-2. Swing and a miss on a fastball right in the zone. And down swinging on the play is Graham Polly, and that's out number 3. Chandler Champlain gives up an early home run, but right there he gets the strikeout he needed, and that'll end the inning. But 1 run on 1 hit. Connor Norby with a home run in the 2-hole. It's now 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the first. Chandler Champlain gives up a home run early, and it's now 1-0. Here you go, everybody. We'll head to the bottom of the first right here on District Nation live play-by-play. So Philip Glasser is going to lead it off. I don't think Philip Glasser really is the type of guy to respond with a home run. He's more the guy to get on base, help out the team. He's not really a home run hitter. Boy, to the bottom of the first, everybody. Quickly made a 1-0 game. So it looks like also Nationals have their lineup released. The Nationals is going to be Wood, Garcia, Tenna, Abrams, Ruiz, Lyle, Nunez, Vivas, Cruz with Littell on the mound. And so far, there's no announcement for an opener. So it looks like Zach Littell may actually start this game for the Nationals. But right now, we're here with some minor league baseball. Philip Glasser is going to lead it off. Man, gives up a home run early. Home run for Connor Norby on the first pitch. Let's see. The pitch was a fastball right in the zone. Looked middle, little inside. Surprisingly, that's the first home run anyone's hit off his fastball at the AAA level this year, which is really good, to be honest. This is a guy who probably would have been, they were thinking of putting him in AA, and he gets the call to AAA. He was assigned to the Senators on April 1st, and then April 4th is given the call to AAA. That would have been a demotion to him, but he was originally assigned to AA, but he was with AAA Omaha last year in the International League. This year, though, just the numbers have gotten a little bit better, as you'll notice. I mean, he has 9 home runs given up. That's his 10th, but only the first one on his fastball. So the fastball is his best pitch. His fastball is his best pitch, and just kind of lost it there. So here we go. It's going to be Philip Glasser to lead it off for the Red Wings when we get back for the bottom of the first. Let's go. Let's get some runs right here. Red Wings.
Hey, oh, let's go. Hey, oh, let's go.
So Glasser going to lead it off. Philip Glasser. So it looks like I'm live, so that's really just the other screen ahead of me. But leading it off is going to be Philip Glasser and then Christian Franklin. Glasser from the left side will face Milbrandt right here. Milbrandt has a windup here. Hands over his head. First pitch to Philip Glasser is outside, ball 1, and it's a 1-0 count to Philip Glasser, who's really an average hitter. Not average as in average. He hits for average, which is really good. I love that he brings that to the table. Milbrandt. We'll go into the wind here. Here comes the 1-0 to Glasser. Hands over his head. The 1-0 is in there. Called. Strike 1 in the outside corner. So it will be a 1-1 count now. Gets it in the zone that time. Philip Glasser looks good in that Batman jersey. I mean, interesting play here. Get some fans in by having a screening of a movie. Comes the 1-0 to Glasser. Or the 1-1, excuse me, is going to be in there. Called. Strike 2. Or excuse me, it's a 2-1 count. Glasser up to the plate, hitting .311 at AAA this year over 212 at-bats. He has 66 hits, only one of them being a home run, though. 30 runs driven in. The 2-1 to Glasser. Swinging a bloop out towards left field. That's going to be sliding, diving catch by the left fielder, Canarella, and he holds on for out number 1. So, right there, Philip Glasser is robbed of a base hit. He pokes a ball out to left field, but Cam Canarella out and left makes a great play. So, Philip Glasser is robbed of a base hit. So, one down here. That'll bring up Christian Franklin now. Christian Franklin hit from the right side here. Milbrandt into the wind here. Hands over his head. Here's the first pitch to Franklin. He swings and fouls this one back. Now it's an 0-1 count. Couldn't get a good piece of that one, but took a good hack on it right there. Carson Milbrandt. This season of 2026, he's 4-3 at the minor league level, but he recently got the call. He's only had, so far, 5 games at the AAA level, or 6 games and only 5 starts. Here comes the 0-1 to Franklin. In there, ooh, just high. Okay. Franklin gets a call that time. It'll be a 1-1 count. Christian Franklin, a small dude, so the strike zone's a little small too. It's not like he's going to get every call. It's going to go his way, but he's a small guy. Not like he's going to have to see a lot of high pitches called strikes. The 1-1 is low and outside. Ball 2. It's a 2-1 count. Christian Franklin at a height of 5'9", 195 pounds, so not a big dude. 2-1 here with 1 gone. Milbrandt, hands held low, and then he goes into the windup here. He starts him low. Here comes the 2-1 to Franklin, and Franklin hits this one. Now that one will go out of play over the net, so to be a 2-2 count up to the second deck of foul territory, back towards first base, so to be a 2-2 count now. Christian Franklin, age 26, a big prospect, hopefully a promising prospect for the Nationals, a fast outfielder, can cover a lot of ground out there, as well as rake a little bit, get a lot of base hits. The 2-2 is upstairs, ball 3. Can't get the spot that time, so to be a 3-2 count now. Can't clip the zone that time. ESL Ballpark slowly getting a few more fans into the ballpark. Even got some guys wearing Rochester Red Wings gear. Milbrandt into the wind here. The 3-2 to Franklin. And that's swung on and fouled off again. First base side, so do 3-2 again here. Not as many kids as there was Friday night. Last game, yesterday, if a fly ball went up, kids were on it immediately. Everyone wants a foul ball when they're at a game. But now, there's more adults here for this Saturday night game as well. I thought it'd be the other way around, especially with this Batman night. Milbrandt. The 3-2 to Franklin is inside, ball 4. But the catcher, Forrester, is going to take a challenge here. Forrester is going to challenge here on the 3-2. It was called a ball. The pitch, and it's a strike. It clipped the low and inside part of the zone. Just clips it. Barely, a little up in the zone, kind of middle, and then just got the inside corner, so that's out number 2. Franklin is down on the ABS challenge, being overturned to a strikeout. That's unfortunate, and now another time to play that same sound effect. The Jumbo Shrimp succeed on a challenge, and that sets down Christian Franklin. It's not like I do that every out. It's just those were 2 very unfortunate situations. As Milbrandt into the wind, he'll face Abimelech Ortiz, and Ortiz swinging a miss at a breaking ball low. It's an 0-1 count. Swung through that one. Can't get a good piece. Abimelech up to the plate, got the call to the big leagues, and then sent down right after his debut where he had a decent game, had a double. And he didn't get full ABs anyway. He didn't get a chance to show off at any point because he was taken out later in the game for Curtis Meade to come in and pinch hit. Milbrandt will go into the wind here. Here comes the 0-1 to Ortiz. Is in the dirt, ball 1, so to be a 1-1 count. Can't get the zone that time, so to be 1-1 here. Abimelech Ortiz was in that Mackenzie Gore trade over the offseason, as well as Gavin Feen was in there as well. But Abimelech has turned into a promising part of that trade. Milbrandt into the wind. Here's the pitch to Ortiz, and he swings and fouls this one off. So 2 strikes now, 2-2. Second deck not filling up, but you should have got fans kind of coming through the gate here, coming in for this Batman-themed night game. Interesting game. Interesting choice of theme. Batman. Really interesting there. So to be a 2-2. Milbrandt goes into his wind. Here's the pitch to Ortiz, and that's outside. So Milbrandt here. It's really annoying because minor league baseball, they don't really update, at least the Rochester scoreboard doesn't update the count that often. So it's not that I'm assuming, but sometimes I am. So here comes the pitch from Milbrandt to Ortiz. This one, he fouls it away. So we'll do 2-2 again. So good AB here. So 2-2 here with 2 outs. Milbrandt, pitch count getting a little high already. He's already at 19 pitches or 18 pitches. Milbrandt into the wind here. Ready to throw pitch 19 to Ortiz. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul ball again, this time down the first base line. So do 2-2 again. Still can't get a piece of it at all. Wow. They can't figure it out at all here. So Abimelech has some real chance to do some damage if he gets a pitch he wants to hit. As to be a 2-2. Milbrandt shakes off a couple times. Now he just got the sign he wants. He goes into the wind. The 2-2 to Ortiz. Swinging a fly ball. Foul again. Great at-bat by Abimelech Ortiz. Not just settling for any pitch. He's waiting to hit. He's getting to something he can attack. And here, just fouling off pitches that aren't in the zone as well. It'll be another 2-2 to Ortiz. Milbrandt into the wind here. The 2-2 to Ortiz. Swinging a ground ball. This is down the first base line. And foul. First baseman De Los Santos will throw that one away. Another good AB by Abimelech Ortiz in the 3-hole. For today's game, a guy now we can say he has big league experience. Abimelech Ortiz has time at the big leagues, which is really great. Now you have another guy who's been up to DC. He's hitting .243 this season in the minor leagues with 16 home runs, 60 runs driven in. There'll be another 2-2. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball. This is into center field for a base hit. Center fielder Pintar will grab that one. That was to the second base side of the bag, up the middle into center field. Nice hit there by Abimelech Ortiz. Just a ground ball. Not thinking home run. He wasn't thinking tank right there. He's thinking base hit. And now he's on base, and Brady House will come up to the plate with a runner at first and 2 gone. Now Bruce the Bat Dog is grabbing bats. Yay! Bruce the Bat Dog is fetching bats over there. Let's go. Bruce is getting the chance. He's a Bat Dog, a golden retriever. Will retrieve bats for today's game. Let's go. Now they'll bring up Brady House here. Coming set to Milbrandt. The pitch to House. And that's in the dirt, ball 1. But catcher Forrester keeps it in front of him. So to be a 1-0 count here to House, who wears number 20 for the Rochester Red Wings. He was wearing 12 previously for the Nationals, but he wasn't wearing 20. I remember that. He probably had to take a higher number because his number was taken once he got back to AAA Rochester. Coming sets Milbrandt. The 1-0 to House. House swings and hits this one. Foul ground. First baseman chasing, but this one will get out of play. So to be a 1-1 count. This is a guy who's hitting .302 at the minor league level. Brady House is raking since being sent down. 7 home runs, 28 runs driven in. He's been just playing at another caliber ever since getting that call. I mean, the option really wasn't good for him. I think maybe he felt like he was being demoted, and that's obviously what was happening. But now he really has a chance to figure it out, slow down, figure out his mechanics, maybe figure out how to hit righties a little bit better, get that call, play to that potential. Here's the 1-1. Swinging a ground ball foul, so it'll be a 1-2 count as that one is fouled down the third base line. He'll be thrown away by the third baseman, Connor Norby. He'll hand it off to a fan now. These jerseys that the Jumbo Shrimp are wearing kind of remind me of the glow-in-the-dark jerseys that Cosmic Baseball wear. They've got those neon red and blue colors and their logo on their hat as well. A lot of neon-ish on their jerseys. And you got neon, Cosmic Baseball versus Batman. Interesting combo. The 1-2 in House takes it up and in ball 2, so it will be a 2-2 count. Can't get the call that time, so it'll be even up at 2-2. 2-2 here with 2 away. Milbrandt having a tough inning, already into the high 20s with his pitch count. Now Brady House has a chance to work into it. The 2-2 is lined down the left field line, but well foul. Gets up till the hair area. Man, Brady House almost left the yard right there, or maybe would have had a double down the line. He got a good piece of that one, but he just can't do anything with it. So to be 2-2 again here, Milbrandt has 2 outs, I'll remind you, and Ortiz stands at first. Coming set is Milbrandt. The 2-2 to House. House swings and fouls this one off again. They're really working great ABs here against the pitcher Carson Milbrandt, making him work hard, get his pitch count up. I mean, this is not a guy who traditionally works 7 innings. I mean, in his starts, his longest of the year, he worked 6 a lot during the month of May. Almost every outing, he worked 6 innings except for 1. And since then, getting the call up to Jacksonville has not been great. The 2-2 to House. Called! Strike 3, but Brady House wants an ABS challenge. On the pitch on the lone outside corner, we'll get another look here on the ABS. Here's the pitch. And it's a ball. Brady House actually succeeds on a challenge. Brady House succeeds. That's off by 0.9 inches, and that'll make it a 3-2 count. So he's not down looking. It is overturned to a ball. Let's go, Brady House.
Thank you!
Yes, they actually succeed on a challenge. Wow. So it'll be 3-2 here with 2 outs. Coming set is going to be Milbron. It'll be a 3-2 to House. Here's the pitch, and House fouls this one back. First base side, we'll do 3-2 again. Wow. Great ABs now. Milbron has a chance to be at 30 pitches by the time he's working out of the first inning. Get to him quickly. This is a guy who also only worked 1 1/3 on July 9th against Durham. I mean, Jacksonville's had some decent starts, but it was really with Double-A where he had his dominant stretch. The 3-2, swing and a miss, and he's down swinging, and that's out number 3. Brady House swings through that one. Milbrandt gets out of the inning, but it takes him a lot of pitches there. 1 hit in the inning, 1 man left on base. So we're through 1, everybody. It's Jacksonville 1, Rochester nothing right here on District Nation as we head to the top of the second inning, everybody. Couldn't get it that time, but Carson Milbrandt, his pitch count is very high. His pitch count immediately jumps to the sky now. So to the second inning, Champlain, who had a decent first. I mean, that one just blip on the radar is the home run, and it wasn't terrible besides that. So now he has to learn to try to bounce back. And this is where you see the mental toughness here. You can't get any backup. He's already seen it. He's not going to get much offensive backup, at least in the first inning. But the pitch counts, that's what's really good. Milbrandt's at 30. Champlain's at 11. So Champlain has a chance to really go far into this game. Milbrandt, this is a way the Rochester Red Wings can really work into the bullpen quickly here. That's the thing. They can really work into their bullpen. I mean, yesterday, they saw 4 different arms. Vineyard, White, King, and Walkinshaw. 4 different arms. Sure, AAA doesn't employ just 25 guys. They may have more. They may have less. I don't think they're limited to just 25 guys the way MLB is. But still, that's a lot of arms that they're working through. And this is just a short 3-game series. This is supposed to be a series where they don't use as many arms. But anyway, we're to the second, everybody. It'll be Edsel, Pintar, and Miller. Everybody, the poll in the chat is based off of the Red Wings and the Nationals a little bit, because you could be a Red Wings fan here. You could be a Nats fan. I'm asking the question, who do you think should be called up to the big leagues? It looks like Yo-Yo Morales is winning in the poll right now. Let's go. Always love when people vote Yo-Yo. I personally would choose Yo-Yo if I could vote, but I want to see the dude at the big league level. And to do that, they're going to have to add him to the 40-man. So they're going to have to be committed to that guy once he gets the call, which I think they can be. It's not a bad commitment to look at him and say, hey, I want to add you to the 40-man. So Champlain will work a second inning here, only 11 pitches thrown in the first. Steps on the rubber. He will now go into his wind. First pitch here to Edsel is going to be low and in ball 1. So it'll be a 1-0 count as the second inning is underway here. That'll bring up Matthew Edsel. This will be a 1-0 to him. Big beard there. He's a day late. Santa Claus was here yesterday for Christmas in July, the 1-0. And Edsel swings and chops this one right to the pitcher. He has to step off the mound, but Champlain throws it over to first in time for out number 1. Hits softly right back to the pitcher. He fields and fired it perfectly. So that's out number 1. Champlain gets the out. So 1 down here. That'll bring up Andrew Pintar now. Matthew Edsel didn't even have time to talk about his .246 average with 11 home runs. He got out quickly. So 1 out here, and that'll bring up Andrew Pintar to the plate here. Champlain will now have another righty-righty matchup here. Champlain goes into the wind here. First pitch to Pintar. Swinging a fly ball foul, first base side to be 0-1 count. .257 average for Pintar. 8 home runs, 38 runs driven in with a .758 OPS. Looks like a kid got that ball. Kid wearing a Red Wings hat. You got a lot of Red Wings gear here in this Rochester field. You'd think a lot of people were just wearing Nats gear, but you see a lot of that too. Champlain into the wind, the 0-1. That's a curveball that stays upstairs, ball 1, so it'll be a 1-1 count. Can't get it that time in the zone, so it'll be a 1-1 here. And top of second, Jacksonville holding a 1-0 lead. So it'll be a 1-1. Champlain into the wind. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out to right, but the right fielder Pinkney's under it, and he will make the catch for out number 2. Easy one out to Andrew Pinkney for out number 2. So 2 outs now. 2 quick outs. First, you get the ground out from Edsel, and then the fly out from Pintar. So Chandler Champlain is very efficient with that pitch count. He's doing it very well. Good job by Champlain. So I'll bring up Miller here with 2 away. The other Mrs. C is here. Another Mrs. C is here. She's saying watching from Kentucky. Thank you so much, Mrs. C. Watching from Kentucky. That's awesome. First pitch here from Champlain is going to be swung on, hit in the air, but this one will be foul and out of play towards the stands. So it'll be an 0-1 count. Thank you so much, Mrs. C, for tuning in today. Mrs. C is another member of Districts Nation. So she joined, and member there, he got all the C's a part of the channel. Gage Miller up to the plate here. Champlain into the wind. The 0-1 is a low ball 1, so it'll be a 1-1 count. This is a guy who's hitting .309 in minor league baseball this year, but the average is high. I mean, with AA, he only hit .275. Through his first 23 games at AAA, .351 average. The 1-1. Swinging a shot out to center field. Coming in is Franklin, though, and he will make the catch. So that line drive hit right out to Christian Franklin is caught for out number 3. So Champlain works a 1-2-3 inning. After giving up that home run in the first, he settles in a little bit in the second and gets a quick 3 out. So 1-2-3 is how we end it. And Gage Miller lines out right there, so that'll end the inning. So we're headed to the bottom of the second, everybody, in this 1-0 game. Here we go. So we're to the bottom of the second. That'll bring up Pinckney, Lipscomb, and Adams for the Rochester Red Wings. 2 of 3 of those guys have played at the big league level. First of the guys who played at the big leagues, you got Trey Lipscomb. Pinckney trying to get that breakaway moment. Pinckney's been good at the AAA level. Wouldn't be surprised if he gets the call soon enough, but the thing is, he could also be in trade talks. I think Franklin, Pinckney, some of those outfielders are in heavy trade talks with other teams because they're 2 outfielders who should be at the big league level somewhere. I mean, Pinckney, .289 average, 12 home runs, .360 on base percentage in minor leagues this year, and that's only at AAA. He has been playing at the AAA level since 2025. He ended up actually hitting over there .269 first year. Second year, he hits .289. He gets on base as well. So he gets on base. Also a guy who has 17 stolen bases, so on pace for over 30 stolen bases in AAA this year. So I wish him the best wherever he ends up playing. It'd be really nice if the guy ends up being a utility guy for the Nationals, if we see him or Franklin, but the Nationals have so many good outfielders. We have a stacked outfield right now. They are 2 of our 3 best hitters, and probably 4 of our 10 best are right there in Lyle, Young, Wood, and Cruz. All 4 of them are in the outfield. So for me, it's going to be really hard to make room in the outfield. I think we desperately need left side, the infield, right side. Just infield in general. You don't really need a catcher by this point, but fielders in the infield. That's why I'm excited for a guy like Seaver King and Cayden Wallace, util guys who can play everywhere, and a first baseman like Yo-Yo. And I think Yo-Yo Morales has the potential to be an all-star in a couple years with the way he plays. Just even at the AAA level, he's not in the starting lineup tonight, but it's really impressive to see what he gets done when he's on fire. I mean, the numbers are amazing this year, around a .300 average, in the 20s in home runs. He's putting up numbers that got James Wood an all-star this year. So excited to see what this team can do, how Paul Timoni shifts the bricks. He has a plan here. So let's see. Looks like the umpires are going to converge here and talk for a second. I don't know what this is about, but they're having a conversation here. Maybe over Milbron here, but all the umpires are talking. Just a reminder, our umpires for today's game: Steven Rios Jr. behind the plate. At first base is Robert Ginther, and at third base is Thomas Fornolia. So those are your umpires for today's game. Steven Rios Jr. is our guy behind the plate. Same 3 staff that you saw yesterday. Looks like a rake guy is going to come out now. What are we talking about? Matthew LeCroy will also come out. It's about the first base line. Looks like the dirt is a little softened, or there may be a little mud pile down the first base line. There's a little spot of mud, so a guy with a rake's going to come out here and talk about it. Matthew LeCroy is also going to take a look at it as well, walk on the surface. I don't know what they're talking about here, but we will see. I wonder what the conversation here is, but they're going to get more rakes out. They're going to get more people here at least to figure this one out. They're going to make sure that this field is playable so it is safe. But you got to make sure. You got to make sure it's safe, and you got to make sure that no one slips over there, because that's a place where someone can slip a lot. You don't want to lose a career because you slipped in AAA in a puddle. So that's my opinion, at least. So field attendance here will come out, figure this one out. LeCroy also figured out, first base coach out there, talking as well. Matthew LeCroy trying to figure it out as well. They're trying to figure this out. Get playing soon. I mean, this has already taken up 3-4 minutes of them just talking over this. They should have done this in between innings. As a new bag of dirt will now come out from the bullpen. Let's go. Call to the bullpen, man with new dirt. So he's got a bag of dirt here. They're probably just going to plop it on top. Get just a whole new set of dirt over there. Interesting strategy. So they are just going to get a bag of dirt. Looks like it's going to be opened up here. I wonder what their strategy is here, because it seems like there's a little pile of a mud area. And it's right in front of first base where you run through a lot. So they're going to try to figure this out. Some field attendants, field directors probably are figuring this one out. They have a whole new bag of dirt just in case, and they might need this dirt. So I'll see what they end up doing here. They're probably going to end up adding some more dirt, possibly. This has already taken up a good amount of time in this game. They're going to rake even more. Now it looks like they're going to throw a little dirt on there, get some new dirt out there. Adding the dirt is going to be really helpful. There you go. They're going to throw some dirt onto the surface, so around first base. So they get a little more there. Now they can spread that dirt out onto that spot that seemed to be a muddy area, so you never know. So that bag of dirt was real help. That real bag of dirt out of the bullpen was a real help. Trisk, what's up? He says, like number 8. Bob asks who is pitching for the Nationals today. The Nationals have Zach Littell on the mound. He takes the mound for the Nationals. Haha, maybe the bag of dirt could be called to pitch in the Nats bullpen. Could it be worse? Yeah, I mean, can it be that bad? Can the Nationals bullpen really be any worse if a bag of dirt comes out and pitch? At least then, his pitches will be nasty. I mean, dirt on the ball. If a bag of dirt pitches, those pitches are going to be nasty. Minor league games are fun. Oh, yeah, especially here. AAA Rochester got a lot of prospects here for the Nationals. I'm excited to watch. And one way to watch them, instead of watching spring training, is watching their direct competition. Watch some minor league baseball. So, minor league games are a lot of fun. And really, we could bring them out of the bullpen. It'd be helpful to get a bag of dirt out of the pen. Looks like there's a few spots down the first base line that they have this problem. They've got a bunch of new places with dirt. Everyone's gotten a rake. Looks like a bunch of field attendants are figuring it out. The umpire's talking as well. I don't know why we didn't deal with this earlier in the game. If there's spots, if the players didn't complain about it, they have to deal with it now in the middle of the second inning. So it really just doesn't, you never know. So they're going to figure this out. They're spreading the dirt across the field, trying to figure it out, make sure it's working. Bob says the Nationals don't have a good bullpen, neither do the Giants. I mean, the Nationals, I think the bullpen, I know it's been one game. I just have a feeling we're going to get better second half. I feel like the bullpen is going to get better. And just one example is how Riley Cornelio did. We brought up a catcher from AAA Rochester, Harry Ford, who had a great debut, by the way. First home run in the big leagues in his first game with the Nationals. Really great debut. I'm excited for this guy. But at the same time, Cornelio pitched, and he worked 2 scoreless innings with 5 strikeouts. Maybe having Harry Ford behind the plate gave him a little more cushion. I don't know. Maybe it's a fluke, but call me crazy. Riley Cornelio did better when Harry Ford was catching. Here we go. We got this break. Everyone's trying to figure out the field. Umpires, coaches here, manager out there now for the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp trying to figure out. They have another bag of dirt here. But they're not going to need this second one, I believe. They already used a good one with the first. They've got rakes. They've got shovels. They've got everything here. And they've gotten the flattener now, the tool where you can flatten dirt into the ground here. I don't know what we're doing here, but we're taking a while. So I'm going to take a quick break to put this thing onto the screen. Subscribe to Pure Adrenaline Football, everybody. As it looks like they've kind of ad break as well here. So remember to subscribe to Pure Adrenaline Football, everybody. It's that logo right up there, featuring all your favorite creators and teams, plus my coverage of the Commanders, which I'm really excited about. We've already started. I've already posted a couple videos over there. You can scan that QR code on the screen to subscribe. You can just scan that now to subscribe to the channel. I'm really excited for what this channel is going to do because it's a bunch of creators. You got PAS over there, Thomas Fitzpatrick, new creators, some that I never met, and now there's collabs happening, exclusive content right over there at Pure Adrenaline Football. So that is just one kind of thing we're doing at the break here. I'll leave it up on the screen, everybody, so you can subscribe right now. But they're waiting for this dirt thing to get taken care of. They've taken it off screen. I'm just assuming they're beating the dirt into the ground now. Figure it out. I mean, you got to figure it out soon. So they got to figure this out and fast because we've got a game to play. This is baseball to play. I mean, AAA baseball is important. This is the second highest level of baseball there is. I mean, this is more competitive than I think some of the independent leagues. Japan is pretty competitive. Mexico is pretty competitive. But those guys bounce through the minor league levels. This is the second most competitive baseball you will watch besides the MLB. Second most competitive you can find. Don't forget, everybody, we will be live tomorrow. We'll be going live with the Washington Nationals once again. Last game we called was last Friday, and we're back after calling these Red Wings games. We're back there. Then we'll be back this week when they go to Coors to play the Rockies. So tune in for that, everybody. This is just more Red Wings coverage, kind of bonus coverage for this channel, I think. Just kind of bonus coverage, getting the minor league coverage right here on District Nation for this Batman-themed game at ESL Ballpark. Kind of an interesting theme, Batman. I think that's a cool theme to go with, though. So it's going to be Pinckney to lead it off when they get this inning going, but I wonder how this is going to affect Milbrand. He's been standing on the mound, just stretching, trying to stay warm. How is this going to affect him? I mean, he's been waiting on the mound now for about 10 minutes. He's been out there. He warmed up, and then he stopped warming up because that's the thing. That this guy was warming up thinking he'd take the mound immediately, and he doesn't. So I honestly question what's going to happen there. As we have this moment, let's go through the MLB scores around the league. Let's check up on games happening today, happening for the rest of the day, and some finals. So it looks like the Orioles and Astros are tied at 2 in the top of the 11th. The Orioles have runners on first and second. In the bottom of the 7th, the Rays have a 6-5 lead on the Red Sox. And at 7:10, but they're delayed right now, it's the Pirates and the Guardians. So that'll get underway at 8:08, Giants, Marlins. At 10:07, Tigers, Angels. And the final scores, the Pirates beat the Guardians 7-1 in the first game of a doubleheader. Cubs beat the Twins 6-2. The Phillies beat the Mets 6-1. The Blue Jays beat the White Sox 1-0. The Rockies beat the Reds 10-3. Moves the Rockies up to 40 wins. They finally hit 40 wins. Royals beat the Padres 6-1. D-backs beat the Cardinals 5-3. D-backs just entering the 50-win club. Rangers beat the Braves 7-6. Marlins lost to the Brewers. Brewers got that win 8-6. Postponed Dodgers and Yankees. And one game about to get underway. That's going to be the Nationals Athletics. That's in LA, and that game is not going to be on this channel, but the Nationals trying to get to the 50-win mark and try to get one game over 5 once again. So a lot of final scores already around the league, but looks like the game for the Dodgers and Yankees, that was supposed to be the national game tonight, and now it's going to be an afternoon game tomorrow at 12:35. So that's not even the earliest game. The White Sox Blue Jays are the 12:15 game. So that's the earliest. The Nationals are at 4:05. Tune into District Nation for coverage of that game. But we are still waiting here for this game to start. Nothing yet so far, but just come on. Let's start the game. Get the dirt ready and then go to work. There's baseball to be played here, everybody. I like the Batman uniforms, though. They're cool. Bob says Rockies won today. Yes, they did. They surprisingly got a win. They're now 20 games under 500 instead of 30. So decent for them. And now that we also have this moment, this is the shirt I'm wearing. Same one as yesterday. The District Nation t-shirt. We got the District Nation shirt right here with the logo. And something I'm else trying to look into is a hat. So that would be really awesome. I think having the hat, because it is the hat that this guy's wearing. It's similar to this one that he's wearing. It's in the channel logo. I'm excited to maybe even wear that hat on stream, which I think is really awesome here. So let's get going, everybody. Bob says the Fox game now, it's Giants-Mariners. Okay, Giants-Mariners. That's an interesting pick. If I'm picking one of the primetime games, because the whole point was Dodgers-Yankees. The Dodgers-Yankees rematch in New York of the World Series from a couple years ago. Let me check that. Yes, this game is now on Fox. I mean, Webb versus Wu. That's a pretty good pitching matchup. I take that back. That's actually a pretty good matchup. It's a decent matchup. So we go. Still not getting underway here. Just waiting for this to happen. But, I mean, do you call this a rain delay? What do you call this in this break? But Brian Wu looks like he's going to pitch for the Mariners tonight. And then Logan Webb for the Giants. That looks like an interesting matchup. I see why they may do that. So thank you so much to everyone who has tuned in today for this Red Wings matchup, hanging out with us through this delay, this little delay with the dirt. Really interesting that it's taken them this long to figure it out. I think that's really interesting. They're trying to figure it out right now. So thank you so much to everyone who has tuned in today. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, help out the channel just a little bit for tonight's game. So looks like we're getting underway again. Let's go. They're finally going to start this game. Looks like we may be starting this game after all. Andrew Pinckney is going to get to hit. Carson Milbrandt is going to get to pitch. We might be getting started in just a moment. They've brought it back. Looks like some Red Wings fans. I mean, the second deck isn't filled as much. You're not seeing the second deck filled as much, but still you're seeing a place like front behind the plate is filled. So Rochester, New York, a beautiful area, really. It's not really near. It's not just in the city. Rochester kind of in its own area in the New York State. So that's just my opinion there. I think it's less city area. It's more of a suburb area. Maybe still big buildings, though. Still colleges around. Still that environment, but more suburb area. And this is kind of a micro stadium within there because it's only 10,000 seats. So I call it a micro stadium. Some people don't consider ESL a micro stadium, but I think I do. Are you surprised on how well the Red Sox have been playing? I mean, yeah, they've been doing surprisingly well, to be honest. They've been doing surprisingly well. Did not think that they would do that. Did not think they would do that, Bob. I don't think they're going to be a playoff team now. I think they still aren't going to find their way in. But interim manager, filling in for another manager, and they become good again. That's two teams now. I mean, the Phillies did it first. Now the Red Sox do it. The Red Sox are not nearly as good as the Phillies right now. But they're in wild card contention now in the AL. You got to play to your division. That's the thing that baseball is. You got to play to your division, win your division. So they haven't. So here we go. We're still waiting on coverage of this game. Nothing yet. Nothing so far just yet. No camera going here. Andrew Pinckney has not been thrown a pitch. So we're still delayed on the venue right now, everybody. So kind of confused here. But I don't want to blow through all my screens for in-between innings right here. So we'll just stay right here. Talk about the game. We already went through some scores. Maybe I'll say this. If you want to do something right now, so it looks like they're going to change it to weather delay now. I don't think they're technically in delay, but if you want coverage of this weekend series, I made a series preview video for the Nationals and the Athletics series, but I think we actually in rain delay now? They're just saying on-field delay here, so I don't know how long this is going to take. Let the dirt set in, but it does say delay now, so I'm going to change it to our delay screen for now, so we're going to do that. It looks like Aaron Judge was just transferred to the 60-day IL. Wow, but here we go, everybody. We're going to change it to this screen. In there, the Red Sox are the third wildcard team. Yeah, I don't think they're going to find their way in. That's the thing. I still don't think they're going to find their way in. So it says weather delay here, but maybe let's see what the Red Wings think. Get some Red Wings opinion here. I'd like to hear what they have to say on it because they usually have good tweets. Nothing just yet. Nothing just yet on the game. I'm trying to get anything here on the game. So this is in delay based off the field. I didn't realize it would take this long. How long will delay typically be before a pitcher doesn't come back out? Yeah, Mr. C, that is a really good question. I think that is a really good question because this is a game where we're actually going to have to talk about that because it's been, I think, 20 minutes now, we can say. 20 minutes since play resumed. So we are waiting here, and this is minor league baseball too. They're not trying to blow arms out here. I think 40 minutes when they've already thrown, I think 40 minutes is when you can consider maybe you got to go to the bullpen. That's my opinion, Mr. C, but put yours too because I want to hear yours. But my opinion is 40 minutes. That's my opinion though. So I think we can head over to this screen for now, maybe just a little bit, everybody, as we're just talking now, waiting for this game to get underway. Be sure to throw your questions in the chat, do whatever you want to do there. But I agree with Mr. C's question about weather delay. I mean, 40 minutes, I think, is a bad number. But Milbrandt is not anywhere near there. He's not anything close to that. So, going to be curious on if he comes back out. I would like to see that soon. Maybe they'll give an announcement. But this game is in delay for now. So, nothing just yet. No posts or anything about it just yet. But here we go. Thank you so much to everyone who has already tuned in through this delay, as well as we're waiting on this game to get underway. Still in weather delay here. They're calling it venue delay. You don't see that a lot, venue delay. I don't think I've ever seen that, a venue delay. I think I've only ever seen that at AAA. The Braves had that rain delay about a couple months back where they had a weather delay. They delayed due to weather. And then the Nationals, I think Jake Irvin, or someone had 6 scoreless. I believe it was Irvin or Foster. It was one of those two. And in the end, they didn't cover, their tarp didn't cover the entire field. It didn't fit. I remember that. So That's the thing. I just remember that, and it was really funny because that was their way of getting out of playing, was them having to move the tarp, getting another piece, and they had to remake first base basically with the dirt. I remember doing that. They had to re-dirt it. So, interesting way to put that. But Mr. C asks, are there any players you're watching at the AA Senators? Ooh. AA Harrisburg. I feel like that's a middle ground right now, Mr. C, because High A is so stacked right now and AAA is so stacked that AA is kind of getting the washouts, the in-betweens there, because Cayden Wallace got called up from AA. Seaver King got called up this year. Some of the pitchers got called up as well. So AA, I don't have as many names, but I can check their roster real quickly here because I want to know. That's honestly a good question here because we could check that out while we're waiting here. But yeah, I mean, not too many names that I completely recognize. I remember Ethan Petrie. He's a decent guy. Ethan Petrie, I mean, Devin Fitzgerald also was in that trade for Mackenzie Gore at AA Harrisburg, where he's hitting .232 with 13 home runs. He's been decent. Devin Fitzgerald has been a good piece from that trade, but a guy I like to watch is Ethan Petrie. He's a guy that I like to see. I mean, he's been good. He has just been good. .257 average, 14 home runs, 41 runs driven in minor league baseball this year, and that's across High A and AA, where he's been pretty good. He hit .297 at High A, and he's only played 25 games at AA. And here we go. We're about to resume, everybody. We're going to resume play right here. So the field is ready to go. We're out of delay, so we're ready to go here right now. So here we go. Andrew Pinckney. Dan's here. He says, what up, District? The Yankees AAA got postponed. Is this game delayed too? Actually, no. This game was delayed due to the venue. The field had some sort of pile here as Milbrandt will continue work. The first pitch to Pinckney is going to be inside ball one. So we're underway for the second time here after a little bit of a wait. Yeah, we weren't postponed. We were delayed for a little while due to the venue, which was interesting. We were delayed due to the venue, which I didn't think they would. Milbrandt into the wind. Here's the pitch to Pinckney. And Pinckney swings and fouls this one off. So to be a 1-1 count now. So Rochester's back to play. I'm sorry, Dan, that your game got delayed. I knew you'd be there, but sorry that your game got delayed. Hopefully you still get to go to the Sunday game. Really hope you do. But yeah, Mr. C, I like Devin Fitzgerald and Ethan Petrie. And that was just names after glancing at the roster. Here's the pitch to Pinckney. And Pinckney takes a pitch inside ball two. So to be a 2-1 count now. Milbrandt back out there. First, second inning of work. He was delayed for about 20 minutes, I'd say. And now he's back out there ready to work again. So, Milbrandt into the wind, the 2-1 to Pinckney. Swinging a ground ball. This one's into center field for a base hit. So, Pinckney's going to get this game going in the bottom of the second quickly with a base knock to center field. Pinckney says, I'm not delayed by that delay at all. I'm going to hit a base hit to center field. Way to just slap it back where it came from, right back to center field. No one could get to it as that's up the middle. Shortstop side of the bag, so that's a base hit for Andrew Pinckney. Now Bruce will go fetch that bat. Let's go, Bruce. Bruce the bat dog, the golden retriever, will go get that bat and bring it back in. So that'll bring up Trey Lipscomb here with no one gone and a runner at first now. Chance for Lipscomb to do some damage. Milbrandt comes set. Here comes the first pitch to Lipscomb, and he swings and grounds this one at the shortstop, though. Backhand to second for one. Throw to first is in time for a double play. Lipscomb can't beat it out. So that's a double play for the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp infield. Goes 6-4-3. Ground ball to the shortstop, Cerna. He had to make a backhand in the hole. Fired it to the second baseman, Miller, who went to De Los Santos at first, and it was in time for the double play. So immediately 2 outs now, and that'll now bring up Riley Adams, who had a home run in yesterday's game. Got the offense going well there. Added on to the Red Wings offensive blow-up. I mean, a lot of runs on the board. Not as explosive as the Nationals yesterday, though. Milbrandt's first pitch to Adams, and that's going to be a check swing. Did he go? Let's see if he did. The call. Let's check the call here. I'll check the call here. First pitch here, as I still don't have a number. So I'm going to have to check. They didn't show the camera. Milbrandt into the wind. Here's the pitch to Adams, and he did go. The pitch is outside ball one, so he did go on that one. So it'll be a 1-1 count now. So now the Jumbo Shrimp are going to challenge this one. The pitch, and it's a ball. The Jumbo Shrimp are going to lose a challenge. Ha! The Jumbo Shrimp now going to pull the Red Wings there and lose a challenge. So now the Jumbo Shrimp are going to lose a challenge. Let's go. They're down to 1. So to be a 1-1 here. Milbrandt into the wind. Here's the pitch to Adams. Riley takes the curveball in there, called strike 2, so to be a 1-2 count. Adams didn't like the call. He said to the umpire there, but he can't be wasting challenges here. This is a team that struggles with their challenges as well. So to be a 1-2. Milbrandt. Hands held low, and then he brings them up to go into his windup, up over his face. Then he brings his hands over. The 1-2, swing and a miss. Milbrandt blasts him away with a fastball, and Adams is down swinging. So 1 hit in the inning, but 3rd strikeout of the evening for Carson Milbrandt. Carson with a K that time, Karson. 1 hit in the inning, no runners left on base. We are through 2, everybody. It's Jacksonville 1, Rochester nothing as we head to the top of the 3rd. Hi, District. Is this a minor league game? What's up, Aaron? Thanks for tuning in, man. This is a minor league game. This is the Nationals AAA affiliate. The Nationals AAA affiliate. That's AAA Rochester, so the Rochester Red Wings, and they're playing the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp, which I think is really cool. So thanks for tuning in, Aaron. It is a AAA game. I mean, it's fun to watch, besides just watching MLB, watching these prospects. Do you think the MLB next season is going to have check swing challenge? Yeah, Bob, I don't think next season. I think they're going to do similar to what they did with ABS. They're going to test it out spring training next year, and if it works out, if it does well, they'll continue doing it at the AAA level and do that for a season in 2027. I think 2028 we will have check swing challenge in MLB, but it was so quick. The technology was so quick. I think they're going to wait till 2028 to incorporate into Major League Baseball. How many likes for a giveaway tonight? All right. How many likes for a giveaway tonight? I don't know. I have to think about that for this next happening. Maybe 40? Let's set it to 40. If we hit 40, we'll do 5 giveaways tonight. 40 likes, because we're consistently hitting 30 now. We didn't hit as many for last stream, but if you hit 40, we'll do a giveaway. So there you go. Now I'll have to check it myself. And maybe we might even incorporate rules. We have to do it before the 7th inning, but that'd be mean. Then you have 7 innings to get 40 likes. But be sure to like it up, everybody. Help out if you want the giveaway. But thank you so much to everyone who's already tuned into today's broadcast. I know this is kind of a special broadcast for some people because they usually don't follow minor league baseball. But that's really, I wanted to cover more minor league this year, get some more looks at the Red Wings, maybe some other minor league teams as well. So here we go. We're going to head to the top of the 3rd. Champlain will face Cerna, Forrester, and then the top of the order with Canarella. No M there, it's just Canarella. So to lead it off is going to be the shortstop. That's Jared Cerna. Cerna will lead it off as Champlain going to get ready here for the top of the 3rd. Jared Cerna hitting .230 at the minor league level with 8 home runs, 35 runs driven in. So, but check swing challenges, umpires make bad calls. Yeah, but they're going to make sure the technology works first, Bob. I think we're going to see it at the AAA level this year for a little while, and then next year they'll incorporate it into spring training for some stadiums and then use it all year at AAA, and then 2028 we'll get our first looks at MLB. Champlain into the wind, first pitch to Jared Cerna, swing and a miss at a pitch, top of the zone. It's an 0-1 count as he swings through that one, and we'll do 0-1 now. Thoughts on the Nats' amazing offensive performance last night? Did you stay up? I mean, I left around 16, 18 runs. That's when I stopped. The pitch is going to be swung on and fouled off his legs. 0-2 count. So Cerna immediately in a hole to 0-2. Yeah, I didn't stay up the entire time. I watched a decent amount of it, like a small, decent amount. But overall, I stopped when I realized we were probably going to win the game. But I didn't get to see Vivas pitch live, and I didn't get to see Chaparro's second home run live. I saw Harry Ford's home run live, which was really cool. But yeah, I mean, just amazing offensive numbers. And I got to watch the highlights this morning, so amazing from the offense. I love that we were able to do that. So it'll be 0-2 here. Champlain into the wind. The 0-2 to Cerna. Swinging a fly ball, hit out to center, but Franklin is under it. Now he takes a few steps in, and Christian Franklin will make the catch for out number 1. So there's 1 gone here to get the top of the 3rd started. 6th consecutive man retired for Chandler Champlain. I mean, he's not striking out too many guys. He only has 1 strikeout through the first 8 guys he's seen, but he's getting contact, soft contact, flyouts, groundouts. He's working for now. Never been a big strikeout guy either, as Garrett Forrester will come up to the plate now with 1 gone. Here's the pitch, and that is going to be in there. Call. Strike 1 on the low and outside corner. So an 0-1 count here. Here's the pitch from Champlain. Called. Strike 2 on the lone outside corner. Forcer started the hands and then got it there. Semi 0-2. So now to be 0-2 here. Champlain into the wind. Here's the pitch. That's lone out, ball 1, so to be a 1-2 count. 1-2 here with one gone in the top of the third. Jumbo Shrimp have a slim 1-0 lead on the Red Wings. Just that one slip up has the Nationals down 1-0. It'll be a 1-2. Champlain goes into the wind here. Here comes the 1-2. Swinging a fly ball out to right, but this one will get out of play. Not even out to right, really, just first base line and foul. I mean, first base side behind the dugout has a lot of fans. Second deck doesn't have too many as you go down the line. I mean, middle, right behind the plate, you get a lot more people second deck. Once you go down the first base line, it kind of thins out a little bit. Champlain into the wind. The 1-2. Swinging a ground ball, but second baseman Wallace will range over. He will fire to first in time to put away Forrester, the catcher, for out number 2. So 2 down here. So that'll bring up the top of the order now. Canarella will hit. Canarella still looking for his first knock at the AAA level. Still hasn't found it just yet. Do you think there will be a season next year? I heard there will be a lockout. Yeah. It's a good question, man. Good question. A lot of good questions, Bob. I think there's going to be a season. There's going to be players, but it may not be necessarily the players you know. As Champlain into the wind, first pitch is going to be swung on and missed. I heard from a source that may or may not be District Nation Dad, shout out him, that they had a lockout in the 90s. I believe it was 94. And they ended up calling up guys from minor leagues who weren't a part of the Players Association. Here's the 0-1. Just high, ball 1, so to be a 1-1 count. So 1-1 here with 2 down to Canarella, still looking for that first hit at the AAA level, but Champlain trying to hold him back. Champlain into the wind. The 1-1. That is just outside, ball 2. Can't get the call that time. Maximo Romero Jr. is the catcher tonight's game. He may be hesitant to use the ABSs. Hasn't really gone after it just yet. Excuse me. So to be a 2-1. Champlain into the wind. The 2-1. Swinging a shot to left field. That's a base hit on the ground. Ground ball through the hole in the left. So Cam Canarella has his first hit at the AAA level. There you go. Get your first knock out of the way there. But that's a base knock for Canarella. Just slaps that one through the hole into left field. So that's a base hit. So runner at first here with 2 down. Just slaps that one into left field. So 2 outs here, and that'll bring up Connor Norby, who had a home run last time he swung the bat. So see if Champlain can hold him down. I think the Nats should move on from Dylan Cruz. What do you think? I think we should not move on from Dylan Cruz. I think he's great. I think Dylan Cruz is our guy. Champlain will pick over to first. Back in on a dive is going to be Canarella. Ortiz doesn't even lay a tag. So it's a first disengagement. Canarella could be a threat to go here, but Connor Norby has a home run to left center his first time. Champlain set at the belt. It's the first time he's working out of the set position. He'll go back over to first. Back in safely is Canarella. He has 10 stolen bases this season. In his minor league baseball career, he only has 11, and that's across 2 seasons. He only stole 1 stolen bag all year in 2025. So I think the Nationals, that's the guy to watch. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be in there, called strike 1. Dylan Cruz is a guy to keep there. So, 0-1 count as Champlain able to dot the zone. I think he's a guy who you keep on the roster. A guy like Dylan Cruz is going to be very good. Coming set is going to be Champlain. Here's the pitch to Norby, swinging a fly ball out to right center. Going back is Franklin and the right fielder Pinckney, and Pinckney will make the catch as he backtracks onto the track for out number 3. Now Andrew Pinckney will throw that one over the wall to some lucky fans, but that's out number 3. Norby gets another good piece of that ball, but this time Pinckney's able to make the catch for out number 3. That one will hit about 380 feet in a 385-foot ballpark, so just lucky enough there. And then a couple people get that ball as they're sitting out there in right center, sitting out. There's not too many bleachers out there. It's just a few seats, staggering seats, and they're able to get that ball. That's out number 3. 1 hit and 1 man left on base. We'll head to the bottom of the third, everybody. It's Jacksonville 1, Rochester nothing as we head to the bottom of the third. I'm seeing the Rochester Red Wings play against the Scranton WB Rail Riders on August 8th and August 9th. I'm hyped. Hope I see Eddie Yean pitch. Yeah, he's a good guy to see pitch. He's a He's a good pitcher. Could be the closer for the Nationals in a year or two. I think the Nationals should get rid of Miles Mikolas. Yeah. I think we should move him to the bullpen because he is on a 1-year contract. He's getting paid. Just get everything out of him you can. Try to put him in the bullpen. See how he does out of the pen. Maybe he's not terrible out of the pen, surprisingly. And you end up keeping him there because Trevor Williams and Jake Irvin could be ready this week. Maybe you have them work out of the pen, or maybe Meatball work out of the pen. These guys, have them work out of the bullpen. Just figured out there. So that's my opinion, though. This is one I'm curious about with Dylan Cruz. I don't think we should move away from him. Dylan Cruz is the outfielder of the future. 2nd-round pick in 2023. I really like what he puts together. When he's focused and he's locked in and he focuses on getting hits instead of home runs, I like what he puts together. I like what the dude puts together when he's just playing baseball. I think he needs to try to hit less home runs and just try to get on base, find his way on. I mean, he sprinted his way through the minor leagues. That's the thing. If you want to take a look at it, the dude sprinted through minor league baseball. He was very good making his way through. Now he gets to the major league level. Obviously, it's a new level, but he just needs to play that way. The hustle play he played in LSU. He wasn't hitting 20 home runs a season. He was playing strategically. He wasn't just a home run guy. I mean, he's only hitting 211 because he's trying to hit bombs, it seems like. So here we go. Now this will be the 3rd inning of work for Milbrandt. The pitch to Wallace, and he takes it in there. Called strike one. It'll be no 1 count. Cruz seems solid defensively to me. Yeah, Mr. C, I like him too defensively. It's just that one mishap he had in the outfield last Sunday where he went up against the wall, and that's still a really tough play to make. Here comes the pitch to Wallace. Swinging a foul ball, so he fouls that one off, so it'll be 0-2. 0-2 here quickly to Wallace. Yeah, I like when you do defensively. You just had that one little mishap. And either way, that's a really hard play to make. Even if you're one of the best defenders in the league, that's a really hard play to make. So it'll be quickly 0-2 here. Milbrandt has Wallace on 0-2. Wallace only recently got the call to AAA. Milbrandt into the line. The 0-2 to Wallace. And Wallace takes a pitch upstairs, ball 1. So it'll be a 1-2 count now. Milbrandt having some trouble with the pitch count here. I mean, he's at 40-some in only the 3rd inning, which never really good, and you want to get to him quickly. He had that long first, but then he worked a quicker second. The 1-2 to Wallace, and he swings and hits this one out to center. Going back is Pintar onto the track at the wall, and he makes the catch up against the wall for out number 1. Andrew Pintar had to back up all the way to the wall. Cayden Wallace gave that one a ride, but he just couldn't get it out of here to dead center. Got a good piece of it, but he can't get it out of here. Nice play by the center fielder Pintar going back to the wall, and he made the catch. So that's out number 1. Now, Maxwell Romero Jr. and Bruce the Bat Dog is now wearing a Rochester jersey. Yes, he's wearing the Batman jersey now, and the Bat Boy will grab that, and Bruce will get himself a treat. So Maxwell Romero Jr. will come to the plate. Here's the pitch. Romero takes a pitch outside, ball 1, so it'll be a 1-0 count. Maxwell Romero Jr., this is going to be his AAA debut, called up just yesterday to fill in for Harry Ford, who got called to the big leagues. The pitch to Romero, and he takes it out. It's called strike 1. Wow, they're going to call that one a strike, so it'll be a 1-1 count. Maxwell Romero Jr. up to the plate, 5'11", 218 pounds at the age of 25. Had some time with AA Harrisburg this year. Here's the 1-1, and that's in the dirt, ball 2, so it'll be a 2-2 count. He had 13 home runs with AA Harrisburg, 242 average in that time. 12 doubles, no triples, 13 home runs, 35 runs driven in. So it'll be a 2-1 here. Here's the pitch from Milbrandt. He goes into the wind. He delivers. Romero swinging a foul ball off the catcher. So it'll be a 2-2 count. Umpire will check on the catcher. Now take a step out. Give the catcher some time. So it'll be 2-2 here. Bruce is just waiting to get that shot to go out and get a bat. Bruce the Bat Dog. A good dog, too. Bruce the Bat Dog. He's a golden retriever who fetches bats for the Rochester Red Wings during select games. That's really cool that they get to do that. That he gets to do that, which I think it's awesome because he deserves something like that. Rochester deserves something like that, trying to get that test out with the dog. Here's the pitch, and that's outside, ball 3. So it'll be 3-1 count to Romero Jr. 3-2. So 3-2 here to Maxwell Romero Jr., making his AAA debut. Andreas is here. He says, "What's good, District Nation?" What's up, Andreas? So, be a 3-2. And now time called by the hitter, Romero Jr. A guy trying to settle in. did not have a good season last year at AAA. He played 86 games, only had a 196 average. Now here at AAA, he's trying to settle in after a decent season at AA this year. The 3-2 is low and away, ball 4. So in his first plate appearance at the AAA level, Maxwell Romero Jr. will take a walk. So now Bruce is probably going to fetch that bat. As he drops that one away, they're probably going to have Bruce go fetch the bat. So with one gone, Romero Jr. now stands at first. And that'll bring up the top of the order. And Philip Glasser will get an AB now from the left side. I mean, last year, no stolen bases. In his career, he has 2. So Romero Jr. is not a threat to go. Here's the pitch to Glasser, and he hits this one out to center field. Coming in is the center fielder, Pintar. He will make a sliding catch for out number 2. Andrew Pintar loses his hat as he makes a sliding catch for out number 2. Wow. Glasser slaps that one out to shallow center. He went out first, and then Pintar comes running in. He slides in and makes a nice catch for out number 2. Good play by Pintar there. So now Bruce the Bat Dog will get to fetch that bat as well. Now he's wearing a different thing there. So now instead of wearing the jersey, he wore a different thing. I'm losing the word here. 2 outs here. They'll bring up Christian Franklin. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there, called strike 1. He's wearing a Batman. Losing the word. Bandana. That's the word. Bandana. He's wearing a Batman bandana. So having him switch outfits. Here's the 1-0, and Franklin pops this one up on the infield. Under it is the shortstop, Cerna, and he makes the catch for out number 3, and that will end the inning. So Cerna catches that fly ball. Jared Cerna puts away Christian Franklin for out number 3. No hits in the inning. A walk, so 1 man left on base. We are through 3, ladies and gentlemen. Jacksonville 1, Rochester nothing. So we'll head to the top of the 4th. That'll bring up De Los Santos, Polly, and Edsel for the Jumbo Shrimp in the top of the 4th. Sam's here. What's up, Sam? Sam saying have to do, and he throws the eagle. Let's go. The Eagle is in the chat. The Red Wing, I guess you can call it. The Red Wing is in the chat. What's up, Sam? Thank you so much for tuning in, man. Sam is in the chat. So, way to the top of the 4th, everyone. Champlain has worked a good 3 innings. That's the thing. Champlain just gave up that one little mishap with the home run, and it was just one pitch he left over the plate. Everything else, he's been great. Just besides that one pitch, he's been dominating. So, I mean, great numbers besides that. I mean, he's only thrown 33 pitches across 3 innings. He has a chance to really stretch himself out in this game. So here we go. As we go to the top of the 4th inning. First pitch temperature was 72 degrees with a little overcast. That's the official weather thing there, 72 degrees. With some overcast, and first pitch was at 6:48 here from ESL Ballpark. So those are your first pitch time and temperature. Wind's going to be 5 miles an hour out to left field, so if you get a hold of a ball, maybe you can let it take it a little bit, but it's only 5 miles an hour. It is very slow. I don't think 5 miles an hour is catching a home run there. So we go top of the 4th. It'll be De Los Santos to lead it off for the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp right here. This is Devivision De Los Santos. Let's spell this out. D-E-Y, Devision De Los Santos will hit here. D-E-Y-V-I-S-O-N, and then De Los Santos. So, Devision De Los Santos will hit here. Devision De Los Santos. A righty thrower and hitter here. He'll face Champlain to get the 4th inning going here. Champlain will get the 4th going. Champlain getting ready to go. Champlain looks in for his sign. He goes in the line. First pitch here is going to be inside, ball 1, so it's a 1-0 count here to De Los Santos. De Los Santos has his top 2 buttons unbuttoned, so showing off the necklaces there, displaying it well. So here comes Champlain with a 1-0. Here's the pitch. Swinging a line drive, left field, going back to the left fielder, onto the track, and Philip Glasser makes the catch on a line drive for out number 1. Nice play there by Philip Glasser, who just kept going back, and he ends up making the catch on a hard line drive, hit out to left. So that's out number 1 here in the top of the 4th. Good play by Glasser, who just had to range back and make the catch for out number 1. So that'll bring up Graham Polly now, who's 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout. Mr. C says low-scoring game. Yep, very low-scoring here. Nothing doing at all. You just got that 1 home run back in the first. That's all we've gotten. Here's the pitch to Polly. Swing and a miss. He's early by a day that time, so to be an 0-1 count. We'll check up on some scores around minor league as well. So I have that screen up as well. Looks like 2 games, or only 1 game so far has really been postponed. Everyone else is going. Champlain into the wind. The 0-1. In there, called. Strike 2 with the breaker. So to be an 0-2 count to Graham Polly here with 1 down in the top of the 4th. Champlain pitching. He's got a good pitch count as well. Champlain into the wind. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball, foul, and we will do 0-2 again. He just fouls that one off down the third base line. So 0-2 again here. 0-2 here with 1 gone. Looks like Charlotte and Durham are going. That's the Charlotte Knights. They're winning 4-2 in the top of the 4th. Lehigh Valley's beating Omaha 2-1. That's the Iron Pigs. Then the Iowa Cubs getting started with Memphis. Into the line of Champlain. The 0-2. Swinging a fly ball, foul off the net. So do 0-2 again, third base side. In the middle of the second is Norfolk and Nashville. Buffalo Bisons and Syracuse Mets are just about to get underway. Syracuse Mets, the Rochester Red Wings rivals, and Buffalo is who the Rochester Red Wings will be taking on next. Champlain into the wind. Another 0-2. Swinging a ground ball at the second baseman Wallace on a backhand on a 1-hopper. He fires to first in time for out number 2. And there's 2 down here in the top of the 4th. 2 quick outs for the Red Wings. Champlain is just having a good outing here. He is pitching to contact, and they're hitting it lightly. I mean, he's not fully pitching to contact. He's still getting a lot of swing and misses, but what he's doing is working here. Now Edsel will come up to the plate, the right fielder. I mean, he's using his pitches the way he wants to. The fastball, sliders, his primaries, and then he uses everything else along with it. Las Vegas and Round Rock also about to get underway. First pitch is swung on and missed. It's an 0-1 count. Indianapolis and Columbus going to get underway at 7:05, 8:35, Sacramento and Albuquerque. These are more coastal league games now, West Coast leagues. Then you got International League on the East Coast. Champlain into the wind. Here's the pitch to Edsel. And that's outside. So that'll make it a 1-1 count to Edsel up to the plate here in the 5-hole for the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. At 8:35 today, Reno and Salt Lake get underway. Champlain into the wind. Here's the 1-1 to Edsel. That's going to be low ball 2, so to be a 2-1 count. At 8:35, Sugar Land in El Paso. At 9:05, Oklahoma City and Tacoma. And looks like Gwinnett and Toledo are going to have a Game 2 matchup. Same with St. Paul and Louisville. Into the wind. The 2-1 is going to be in there, called strike 2. In their first game, St. Paul beat Louisville 11-3, and Gwinnett beat Toledo 5-1. And Worcester and Scranton WB were postponed. Champlain into the wind. The 2-2 is low and in ball 3. Just couldn't get the call that time, so it'd be a 3-2 count. Wanted to get him to chase on that one, so to be 3-2, or even get the call on the low and inside pitch, but they couldn't get either. So to be a 3-2 count. Champlain. Hands brought up high. It'll be a 3-2 here with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball to right center, going back into the gap is Pinckney, and Pinckney makes the catch for out number 3, and that will end the top of the 4th. So Champlain's just cruising out here in this AAA game in his home ballpark, a 1-2-3 inning in the 4th. That's his second 1-2-3 inning. He got it in the 2nd and the 4th inning. So what to the bottom of the 4th? No runs, no hits, no runners left on base. What to the bottom of the 4th? It is still Jacksonville 1, Rochester nothing as we head to the bottom of the 4th. I mean, strange that you get a low-scoring game the way that yesterday's game went, because yesterday you had a 7-2 final and one team just overpowered the other, but 2 home runs for the Jumbo Shrimp still. The Jumbo Shrimp showing off their home run power. In the first meetup between the Jumbo Shrimp and the Red Wings took the series by a score of 2-1. So some highlights yesterday for the Red Wings. You had Christian Franklin in the first, got it started with a single. He found his way to steal second. Morales drew a walk, and then Abimelec Ortiz drove him in on a double. Later in the game, you had Andrew Pinckney RBI double, and then Lipscomb an RBI single. Philip Glasser would have a double and then be driven in by the Christian Franklin double, and that's a triple actually, and then Yo-Yo Morales would bring him in on a ground out. And then Riley Adams had a home run in the 5th inning, and then in the 8th inning, a double from Ortiz, a single from House, and a sac fly from Andrew Pinckney is what got one more onto the board for the Red Wings. And Graham Polley and Andrew Pintar both went yard in yesterday's game for the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. That's all the scoring that happened yesterday. Good outing for the starter Jackson Kent yesterday. 5 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, and 8 strikeouts. Great outing by Jackson Kent. Really put together a great outing. Just really encouraged by what I saw from him. So good job by Jackson Kent, a guy who we could be seeing at the big league level any moment now. So really awesome to see if that guy could do that. So here we go. Bottom of the 4th would be really nice to see more arms at the big league level, because that is one thing the Nationals desperately need, and that is arms. If they can throw a baseball, they can do it for longer than 3 pitches. They might as well be at the big league level if they're near D.C. by 700 miles. Here's the first pitch to Abimelec Ortiz from Milbrandt. He'll start his 4th inning. The pitch to Ortiz is high and away, ball 1. So to be a 1-0 count here. Milbrandt continuing his work into the bottom of the 4th. He works 3 innings so far. 2 hits given up, no runs still. Milbrandt into the wind here. Here comes the pitch to Ortiz. Ortiz takes a pitch upstairs, ball 2. So it will be a 2-0 count now. 2-0 here with no one gone in the bottom of the 4th. Abimelec Ortiz up to the plate for the Rochester Red Wings. Milbrandt steps onto the rubber. Looks in for his sign. He now will go into his windup here. Here's the 2-0 to Ortiz. Ortiz swinging a ground ball to the first baseman. That's fair down the line. All the way into the corner. That's foul. Okay, so we're going to call that foul. Umpire signaled fair, but then he calls it foul, so it'd be a 2-1 count. He first had his arm pointing towards fair territory, I thought, but it will be a foul ball. Looks like the home plate umpire was the one who made the call on that one. So he's going to make the call for a foul ball. So to be a 2-1 count here to Ortiz. Got to look at the home plate umpire sometimes for that instead of the road. So to be a 2-1 or the first base umpire. Into the wind. The 2-1 Ortiz. He takes outside ball 3, so to be a 3-1 count. Rochester has both their ABS challenges still, and the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp are down to only 1. So now, this can be a good pitch here on a 3-1 count to Ortiz. Into the wind. The pitch. Ortiz takes a pitch low, ball 4. Can't get the zone that time. So Abby will start this inning with a walk. Abimelec Ortiz finds his way on base for a 2nd time in a row. A hit and a walk. And now Bruce will go grab that bat. Let's go, Bruce. Bruce the Bat Dog will go grab that bat and head back over to his owner, who tells him he gives his bat to his owner, and then they just kind of sit there. Abimelec Ortiz got on base 4 times last night. He had 3 doubles and a walk. So dude was raking last night. Man, this dude needs to stay at the big league level. I'm really excited to see Abby. I'd really like to see him there. First pitch to House, and he swings and misses on a pitch in the zone. It's an 0-1 count. They really have Brady House down here, probably because of his tendency to chase against righties, and that righties really dominate him. Even at this level, they've done pretty well. A level where House has done well on the offensive side, and House fouls this one off, so to be no 2 count. But House can rake against lefties. Brady House would be the best left-handed hitter you'd ever see. If he could hit righties the way he hits lefties, hitting 300 against righties, which you'd see majority of the time, that'd be amazing. So it'd be no 2 here to House. They're set up outside. Here's the pitch to House. He'll take a pitch low and inside, ball 1. So catcher Forrester started on the outside corner, but pitcher Milbrandt accidentally threw it inside. So it'd be a 1-2 count. Agreed. Let's keep Little Poppy up to the show. Yeah. Little Poppy did great when he was at the big league level. I'd want to see him there. I'd want to see him dominate that level. The 1-2 and House swinging a miss at a pitch right in the zone, and House is down swinging. That's strikeout number 4 for Milbrandt. 2nd time he strikes out House. But still, you got to imagine Brady House as a lefty hitter. If he crushed righties, he would be an all-star contention, hitting 350 against righties as a lefty, and at third base, or even at first base in that case, he'd be amazing. So that'll bring up Andrew Pinckney now. Coming set is going to be Milbrandt. Here's the pitch to Pinckney. He swings and misses on a pitch on the outside corner. It's an 0-1 count. Ultimate Sports Network's here. What's up, USN? He says hello. What's up, USN? Abby getting his lead away from first here. Milbrandt looks in for his sign. He comes set. Andrew Pinckney up to the plate. Here's the pitch, and Pinckney takes a pitch in the dirt, ball 1. Only 2 hits total for the Red Wings so far in this game. Milbrandt looks in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. Here comes the 1-1 of Pinckney. Swinging a shot to center field. That's going to drop for a base hit in front of the center fielder, Pintar. Ortiz is going to stop at second. He didn't have a great jump on the ball. But Andrew Pinckney delivers here with 1 gone with a base hit to center field. Andrew Pinckney doing what he does best, just getting hits. That's his second hit of the day. So a multi-hit game for Andrew Pinckney moves Ortiz over to second. So runners at first and second here with 1 gone. Good job there. So runners at first and second. Now for Trey Lipscomb to come to the plate here with runners at first and second. Trey Lipscomb, been a home run machine of late at the AAA level. See if he can have one right here. Driving some runs. Dude's been hitting for power lately, and he crushes one out to left. Deep left field. Canarella can only watch it, and that one is gone. Watch it fly. Trey Lipscomb here in the bottom of the 4th inning, and the Red Wings take the lead right back. It's 3-1. They were leading all game last night. They're going to take the lead here in the bottom of the 4th. Trey Lipscomb goes yard, and I can say I've called so many bad things in my career, jinxing plays. I just completely called a Trey Lipscomb home run. Man, Trey Lipscomb, right when the Red Wings need one, he goes yard out to left field, over towards the scoreboard, and it's a 3-1 game. Into and over the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp bullpen. So it's now a 3-1 game. Trey Lipscomb driving in more runs, and now that'll bring up Riley Adams, and he swings and grounds this one to the third baseman, cutting off the shortstop. Fires to first in time. Nice play by Connor Norby, the third baseman, to retire Riley Adams. So that's out number 2 in the inning. But a home run for Trey Lipscomb, and it's now a 3-1 game. Big one there for Trey Lipscomb. Definitely when the Red Wings needed one right there. It's now a 3-1 game. Watch it fly, Trey Lipscomb. That'll bring up Cayden Wallace now with 2 away. Fitzy says, yay. What's up, Fitz? Here's the pitch to Wallace, and he swings and misses on the outside corner. Everybody, if you want good Red Sox content and Patriots as well, it's kind of Boston sports, Michigan when it comes to college, go check out Thomas Fitzpatrick. Does a great job with that. He's a good streamer as well. Love tuning into his streams as well. Enjoys watching the Red Sox. Sometimes he enjoys watching them. You can't tell with Fitzy sometimes, so... Milbrandt now into the 60s on the pitch count, faces Wallace. Here's the pitch, and he hits this one down the right field line and foul, so it's now an 0-2 count. 0-2 here with 2 away, but a 3-run home run for Trey Lipscomb. So 0-2 here to Wallace, but it's now a 3-1 game. The Red Wings make it a 2-run lead. They were down 1, and they add some more onto the board. Way to get some run support right there. Trey Lipscomb helping out the team. The 0-2 from Milbrandt. Outside ball 1, so it's a 1-2 count. Can't hit the outside corner. Trey Lipscomb, that's home run number 18. RBIs 51, 52, and 53. Milbrandt will go into his wind here. The 1-2 to Wallace. Now Wallace fouls this one back, so do 1-2 again. I swear after that home run, the stadium seats may have just filled up a little bit more. I'll bet you 1 or 2 people did leave during that delay, though, because it was a longer delay, probably going to delay the game. They delayed it by 20 minutes, too, because of that field, the field issue. Milbrandt looks in for a sign. It'll be a 1-2 here. Milbrandt. Here's the pitch to Wallace. Swing and a miss at a low and inside breaking ball. And that's out number 3. Strikeout number 5 for Milbrandt. So he's striking out a good amount of guys. But the Red Wings respond with a 3-run home run from Trey Lipscomb. 2 hits in the inning. One of them being a 3-run home run from Trey Lipscomb. No runners left on base. But the Red Wings add on a little more. It's now a 3-1 game. Don't go anywhere, everybody. We're going to take a quick break here before we come back for the top of the 5th. And more baseball action right here on District Nation. We will be back in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. Hey puppy, I know you're there. All right. Here we go, everybody. First pitch is going to be inside for a ball. We're saying hi to my dog right there. So here we go. Top of the fifth inning. I don't want the home run horn to play. So it's a 3-1 game here. Andrew Pintar up to the plate here facing Champlain. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be outside, ball 2. It's 2 count. Had to say hi to my dog right there. I think the microphone probably picked up something. Forgot to mute it, but it'll be a 2-0 here. Top of the fifth inning. 3-1 lead for Rochester. Here's the 2-0. That's going to be in there, called. Strike 1. It'll be a 2-1 count right here. Got to go mute for a second here before this pitch comes in. Just got to mute for a second. Or I'll do it next pitch. But it'll be a 2-1 here. Champlain back out for a 5th inning of work now with 3 runs of run support. Here's the 2-1, and that's going to be just inside, ball 3. Thought Romero Jr. might challenge that one, but he doesn't. So it'll be a 2-2 count now. Or excuse me. It'll be a 3-1 count. Champlain goes into his wind. It'll be a 3-1. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Now it's a 3-2 count. The 3-2, swinging a bloop out towards left field. Coming in is the left fielder, Glasser, and that'll be a base hit to left field. So Glasser can't make the play. So that's a base knock now. So it's a base knock here with no one gone in the top of the 5th. Excuse me, I have to take care of this one thing real quickly. And then we'll be back to call the rest of the game. So here we go. First pitch here is going to be high, ball 1 now to Miller, the second baseman. So 1-0 here with no one gone in the top of the 5th. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Looks like any pitcher is winning in the poll. All right, any pitcher here. So no one out here in the top of the 5th. Champlain comes set. Runner at first here. Here's the pitch to Miller. That's going to be in there. Called strike 1. The throw to second is not in time, and Wallace, it's off his glove. Wallace tried to lay the tag, and the ball ends up getting away from him. But Lipscomb, the shortstop, was backing up. So it'll be a 1-1 count now as that one's called for a strike. But that's a stolen base for Andrew Pintar. So now there's a runner at second here with no one gone. Saying hi to my dog Mackenzie right there. Had to say hi to her in between innings. So runner at second here with one gone, and Miller up to the plate. Gage Miller, he's 0 for 1 with a line out in today's game. Coming set is going to be Champlain, held at the belt. Here comes the 1-1 to Miller. He delivers. This one is going to be inside, ball 2 with a breaking ball, so to be a 2-1 count. You got to wonder, is Milbrandt going to go back out there after 4 innings of work where he's given up 3 runs now? 3 runs on only 4 hits. He's walked only 1 guy, and he has 5 strikeouts. So almost halfway to a dozen, but coming set is going to be Champlain. Here's the pitch. That's going to be swung on and fouled off, so to be a 2-2 count. So 2-2 here with a runner at second and no one gone. Got to wonder if fans are going to stay here the entire night to watch the Lego Batman movie as well. If fans might stay to watch that. It'll be 2-2. Looks like there's a Superman shirt out there as well. A few Yankees jerseys as well. That's probably the local team for these Rochester fans. The 2-2. Check swing. That's upstairs, ball 3. He did not go, so it'll be a 3-2 count. Didn't go far enough, so it'll be 3-2. I mean, Milbrant, probably they're going to leave him out there maybe for another inning. He struggled at the AAA level thus far in his time after being called up from AA. You got to wonder how he's going to do, though, in this game. The 3-2 from Champlain is going to hit him on the hand. Wow. That one hit the hitter Miller on the hand. Now the trainer's going to come out and check on him. Hits him on the hand. Oof, that's got to hurt. So now there's going to be runners at first and second after the hit by pitch. Trainer will come out and check on him. Looks to be okay, though. Just checking on his hand, it seems to be hurting, but Bat Boy will go out and grab that one. There's going to be runners at first and second now with no one gone. So might be time for a pitching mound visit right there. Figured out pitching coach talked to him. But now, runners at first and second with no one gone. And now, first base coach will come out as well, make sure he's okay. You got to make sure a guy like this is okay, especially one of your better hitters in Gage Miller, the 7-hole hitter and second baseman. So trainers checking on it, making sure he's feeling good. It'll be Cerna up to the bat next, the shortstop in today's game. Cerna will come up to the plate. That's going to be Jared Cerna. So Jared Cerna will come up. He's hitting .230 with 8 home runs, 54 in his minor league baseball career. Has never gotten the call at all. He's never gotten the call up to the big leagues at all. But here you go. No one gone. Runners at first and second now. Not a good situation here for the Red Wings. And a pitching coach will come out and make a visit here. Looks like we'll have Abimelech Ortiz come in and talk to him as well as the catcher Maxwell Romero Jr. Make sure he's doing okay. Make sure Champlain is figuring it out. Today's show is brought to you by Watch It Fly Media, everybody. Watch It Fly Media is powering today's broadcast. So thank you so much for tuning in to today's broadcast. So umpire will now break up this pitching visit here, mound visit. Chandler Champlain rarely giving up 2 runners on base at a time. And he's into his 5th inning of work, so now you're starting to see that fatigue start to build up. He's still trying to figure it out. Second time through the order. Runners at first and second here with no one gone. So I'll bring up Jared Cerna now, the shortstop today's game. Wears number 6 for the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp in their alternate black jerseys as well. Champlain looks in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. Here comes the first pitch to Jared Cerna. He delivers. And Cerna takes a pitch just high ball one, but catcher Maxwell Romero Jr. wants a challenge. That one looked like it clipped the zone. We'll see the ABS challenge right here. The pitch is in. And it's a ball. That one is upstairs, so it's going to be a 1-0 count. So the Rochester Red Wings are going to fail a challenge. So they're now down to 1 challenge left. So to be a 1-0 count now. 1-0 here with no one gone after that challenge is lost by catcher Maxwell Romero Jr. Both teams are down to 1 challenge. Coming set is Champlain. The 1-0 runners are on the move. Bunt is shown. The pitch is low, ball 2. So both runners are going to have a bag extra. So they move up to runners second and third now. With the 1 gone, the pitch is low as well for a ball. So it'd be a 2-1 count. And that one doesn't clip. Runner had, they don't even throw. So that one didn't clip the zone either. So they're going to give him a stolen base. Looks like they're going to give him a stolen base. They're going to give him both stolen bases. So Pintar up to third. Here's the pitch. Swinging a shot out to right field. That's a base hit. Coming to grab it is Pinckney. That's going to probably hold 1 runner at third. Only 1 will score. So base hit for Jared Cerna out to right. It's now a 3-2 game. RBI single for Jared Cerna to right field. Put it right where it needed to be, a base hit to right. And now it's a 3-2 game. So this run support slowly getting smaller now. Not what you want to see there. So now it's going to be Pintar scores on the play after stealing second and third. Miller stole second. He's up to third on the play now. But now it's Rochester 3, Jacksonville 2. So that'll bring up Forrester now, the catcher. Here's the pitch. He swings and grounds this one to the third baseman, House. So go to second for 1. Throw to first in time for the double play. So 2 outs, but that does tie the game. So it's now a 3-3 game. So a 5-4-3 double play. Brady House ran towards the hole, made the play, fired it to second for 1. Then they threw it to first for 2, so a double play, but that does score a run. So no RBI. But Cerna is out, advancing up to second, and out on the play is Forrester, but Miller scores. So now it's a tied game, back up at 3. So right away, after they get some run support, that's going to end the day for Chandler Champlain as well. So his day is over. After only facing the lineup twice, they're going to go to a bullpen arm right here. That's the end of the day for Chandler Champlain. So Champlain ends up working 4 2/3. He ends up working 4 2/3. He only ends up giving up 4 hits. That's the thing. He didn't give up many hits. He did only strike out one guy over that time. Wasn't really getting the swing and miss. He didn't walk anybody, but he did give up a free pass with that hit by pitch. And he did give up 3 runs. So that is his final line. 4 hits, 3 runs, no walks, 1 strikeout over 4 2/3 innings. So here we go to this top of the 5th. Okay, so now the scoring is getting going. Yep, now we're starting to see runners scoring. Everyone's starting to come into the game. They're starting to figure it out now. Really figuring out the numbers now. So here we go. So now, no runners are on. Fresh start here for the new lefty into the game for the Rochester Red Wings. A lefty coming in. That's going to be Young. That's going to be Young, who does not look young. This is going to be Alex Young, age 32. A lefty at age 32. 5 plus 4 plus 3 equals 2, Mr. C. You are completely correct. So Alex Young's going to take over here. And one thing he doesn't look is young. So that's just my opinion on him, though. Just one thing. He does not look young. So here we go. Alex Young going to try to complete this inning. I mean, he's had some time at AAA this year. We'll look at his full numbers in a minute, but Alex Young takes over here in the 5th, a lefty arm to face the top of this order. He'll face Canarella, who is so far only has 1 hit at AAA through 2 games. Let's take a look at the numbers, though, on Alex Young, who's going to take over here for the Rochester Red Wings. Here we go, everybody. After only 4 2/3 innings work from Champlain, Rochester Red Wings arm Alex Young taking over. This is a guy who came to them after being taken off the 60-injury list from the Cincinnati Reds. This is a guy who was with the Cincinnati Reds, has been at the MLB before, so now he'll take over here for the Red Wings. Cam Canarella, first pitch, and he takes it inside, ball 1. So this is an MLB arm. He's been at the MLB level, though, but here he is at AAA now. So it'll be a 1-0 count here to Canarella. 1 for 2 on the day. Young came in here to get this lefty-lefty matchup, probably. Young comes set. Here comes the 1-0. That's going to be low and out, ball 2, so it'll be a 2-0 count. 2-0 here with 2 outs. Excuse me. Looks like a lot of people are sitting field level for this game. A lot of people sitting down first row down the third base line. They're sitting field level there. Here's the 2-0, and that's going to be high and in, ball 3. Young can't get the call. So it'll be a 3-0 count now to Canarella, who's 1 for 2. A ground out and a single. So all he has is a single at the AAA level so far. Young comes set. It'll be a 3-0. Here's the pitch. That's going to be high and in, ball 4. So Canarella takes a walk. So Young, coming in to face Canarella, ends up walking him. This is also an arm who could be for the Nationals. You could see this guy pitch for the Nationals. Has had his way through the MLB. He has pitched at a couple teams now at the MLB level in general. I mean, he pitched for Cincinnati and New York last year. Cincinnati in 2023, or in 2025, he didn't have any MLB action. With Cleveland, San Francisco, here's the first pitch, and that's low, ball 1. Ball 5. So 5 straight balls thrown by Alex Young. He's got to throw a strike right here. That's one important thing. All you got to do is throw a strike. Young looks in for a sign. He comes set now. Or excuse me, now he comes set. So it'll be a 1-0. He's set. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. So Norby swings through that one. So it'll be a 1-1 count. Connor Norby, also a guy who's been at the big league level before. But this is the Marlins. So the big league level really just means another level of AAA for them. Coming set is going to be Young. I mean, at the MLB level, he's had 200 ABs where he only has 4 home runs. Here in AAA, he rakes, though. Here's the pitch. The pitch is low. Throw to second is not in time. Canarella has a stolen base. So Cam Canarella swipes that bag. He's now into scoring position here in the top of the 5th. So runner at second with 2 away, a runner in scoring position. Not good there. So it'll be a 2-1 count now. Young has thrown 7 pitches, 6 of them being balls so far. Not great numbers. Here comes the 2-1. Called strike 2 on the outside corner. So to be a 2-2 count. 2-2 here with 2 outs. coming set is going to be Young. It'll be a 2-2. Here's the pitch. Swinging a line drive down the left field line and foul. So do 2-2 again. 5 straight balls. Perfect for the Nats bullpen. Call him up, says Mr. C. Yep. Call him up. He is Nationals ready already. He throws a lot of balls. So that works for me. Do it. Do it, everybody. Just give him the call. And he's been at the MLB level before. He has experience in walking batters. So a journeyman. Been with many different teams at the big league levels. Been traded around. The 2-2 is inside, ball 3. So it'll be a 3-2 count. Can't get the call that time. So 3-2 here with 2 outs. Connor Norby played with Miami in his MLB career, and he also played with Baltimore. He played 9 games with Baltimore in 2024 before heading over to Miami. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball down the line, but Brady House makes a nice play. Throw to first. It gets away from the first baseman, Ortiz. That's going to score the runner, Canarella. That is not what the Rochester Red Wings needed. Brady House makes a nice play and then threw it over to first, and it was not in time. So runner's going to move to second on the air. Canarella is able to score on the air as well, so it should be an unearned run probably. But, man, welcome to the Nationals baseball right there. An error by the Red Wings scores the run. So they do give him a single, but he scores on the throwing error. They're going to give an RBI because he didn't score on the air. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be in there called strike 1. So Norby gets an RBI for that. So he drives in his second run of the day. That'll bring up Davision De Los Santos now, but Norby has a second RBI of the day, so that is an earned run. And now Jacksonville has the lead at 4-3. Here's the pitch to De Los Santos. Swing and a miss. He's out in front of that one. So it'll be a 1-1 count, 0-2 count. Man, that is not what they wanted right there. E5 moves him up to second, but he scores on the single. It's now a 4-3 game. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out to left. Going back is Glasser onto the track. And the catch is made by Christian Franklin out there in left center. What a play by Franklin in the hole. Franklin ends up being the man to track over there and make the catch in the gap on the track out to left center. Christian Franklin makes a spectacular catch. It looked like it'd be the left fielder's ball, and then Franklin comes running in to make the catch. But 4 runs on the board for the, that's 4 runs on the board. So now it's a 5-3 game. This can't be right. Excuse me here. Got to get this scoring right. I'm kind of in my head. It's a 4-3 game now, so Norby didn't score. Or who didn't score? Norby didn't score, Norby didn't score. I apologize, everybody. My mind kept saying to me that Norby scored. He did not. So now that will end the day probably for Young. He did not have a good outing. He only retired 1 guy. So hopefully he doesn't come back out. But that's Nationals baseball for you. So it's now a 4-3 game. The Red Wings now going to have to do some work on the offensive side of the ball. 3 runs in the inning gives the lead right back to the Jumbo Shrimp. They get 4 hits in the inning, an error, and 1 man left on base. So we will head to the bottom of the 5th. It's now 4-3. Jacksonville has the lead. 4-3 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. The real question has got to be, though, what do you got to do with the bullpen now? Looks like there's going to be a change in arm here. They're going to go to Matt Pushert. Matt Pusherd's going to come into the game for the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp right here. He's going to replace the man Milbrandt after only a few innings of work. So we'll get a pinching change here right now. We're going to get Pusherd into the game. Matt Pusherd. Pusherd will come in. He's a righty arm, so a lot of righties out of the bullpen yesterday and today for the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. But, this is a team that a righty wouldn't be the best option because if they put in the lefties, it's not going to get much better. So, Pusherd will now face Maxwell Romero Jr. for his second plate appearance and his first official AB right here, trying to be at least. Milbrandt ends up working 4 innings. He gives up 4 hits, 3 runs. He did walk a man, I believe. Yeah, he walked 1 guy and had 5 strikeouts. So, Pusherd will take over now. Pusherd works out of the set position. First pitch to Romero Jr. Check, swing. Did he go? Will appeal. Looks like they say he went, so it's an 0-1 count. So, immediately they say he swung at that one, so it'll be 0-1 here. Pusherd is 1-1 with a 4.01 at minor league this year. And in the MLB, he's had 6 games with a 5.14 ERA, so he's bounced up and down sort of. The 0-1 to Romero Jr. is going to be outside, ball 1. Romero Jr. immediately went to his helmet there. He thought it was called a strike and immediately started tapping his helmet, wanting a challenge, but wasn't even called a strike. So to be 1-1 here to Romero Jr. Coming set is going to be Pushered. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be upstairs, ball 2, so it's a 2-1 count now. 2-1 here with no one out. So a lot of people just want an arm, says the poll. Majority of people just want to see an arm get put onto this Nationals team. Gotta say, I agree. Here comes the 2-1 to Maxwell Romero Jr., and that's going to be high, ball 3, so it'll be a 3-1 count. 3-1 here with no one gone to start the bottom of the 5th. Red Wings trail by just 1 run. They're trying to get anything going here. Coming set is going to be Pushered. The 3-1 to Romero Jr. swinging a fly ball foul, so it's a filled count now at 3-2. 3-2 here with no one out in the bottom of the 5th. Romero Jr. still looking for that first knock at the AAA level in his first AB. Harry Ford in one of his first ABs to the big leagues, with the Nats. He had already made his debut, had a home run. The 3-2 is high and away, ball 4. So a walk drawn by Maxwell Romero Jr. That's his second walk of the evening. So maybe he just needs to be patient a little bit. Just find his way on to first the way he needs to. So that'll bring up the top of the order, and Philip Glasser will hit now, who's an average machine. I mean, Philip Glasser just gets on base. And now Bruce the Bat Dog will go get that bat. So Philip Glasser will hit here with no one down. But still, this is a good message to sum up how the Nationals have been. When a guy throws 5 straight balls, me and Mr. C want him at the big league level. Here's the first pitch to Glasser, and that's going to be a breaking ball in there, called strike 1, so it's an 0-1 count. Philip Glasser up to the plate. Romero Jr. getting his lead away from first here. Not a threat to go, as I said. Just a few career stolen bases total. Coming set to Pushered. The 0-1 coming to Philip Glasser, and that's outside, ball 1. So that'll even up the count at 1-1. Philip Glasser still looking for that first knock. Has a couple flyouts in the game. He's been putting the ball in play, though, which is really impressive. Yeah, Mr. C says, haha, yeah. When they throw balls, they're a National already. Call them up. The 1-1. And Glasser swings and fouls this one off third base side up into the second deck of stands. Then that'll bounce all the way down to the first deck near the dugout, and a fan will go grab that one. So it will be a 1-2 count now. Romero getting his lead away from first. Glasser up to the plate with a 1-2 count. Coming set is Pushered. Now time called by the hitter Glasser. So 1-2 here to Philip Glasser up to the plate now. Coming set is going to be Pushered. Here's the pitch to Glasser. He swings and grounds this one to the second baseman. He fields cleanly, goes to second for 1. Throw to first. In time for out number 2. Glasser can't beat that one out, so that's a double play for the Jumbo Shrimp. Glasser pulls that one to the second baseman Miller, threw it to the shortstop Cerna, who fired it to first, and it was in time to get out the hustling Philip Glasser. So 2 outs. Now bring up Christian Franklin now. With 2 outs, time for Christian Franklin to try to get a shot. 4-6-3 double play, not what the Red Wings needed right there. Now they got to reset it with the offense. You get the walk from Romero, but here's the pitch to Franklin. And he takes it in there, called strike 1. It's an 0-1 count. Christian Franklin, not a guy with too much pop, but he'll get on base. I mean, the numbers in general showed he only has 6 home runs, but he's hitting .252 and a .375 on base percentage. Here's the pitch, and that's low and away, ball 2, so it'll be a 2-0 count. We mentioned it earlier in the day, but his height really is an attribute. He uses it. He draws walks. He gets on base, 16 stolen bases. But on the other side, 53 walks this season. He draws a lot of walks, and he only had 80 last season, so on pace for a lot more, and the pitch is going to be outside, ball 3, so it's a 3-0 count immediately to Christian Franklin, who's really taking his time up there. So it'll be a 3-0 count to Christian Franklin. Pushered comes set. Here comes the 3-0 to Franklin. Here's the pitch. And Franklin hits this one out to center. Going back is Pintar to the track at the wall. And Pintar makes the catch a few steps in front of the track, in front of the wall for out number 3. So that's a 1-2-3 inning. Another 0 point on the board for the Red Wings. We're through 5, everybody. Jumbo Shrimp have a 4-3 lead. So we're headed to the top of the 6th. It'll be Pauly, Edsel, and Pintar for the Jumbo Shrimp in the top of the 6th inning. But Franklin had a 3-0 count. He swings at that. That's what confuses me. I don't think he should be swinging away on a 3-0 count. After all, he is Christian Franklin. That's my opinion, though. I don't think he should be swinging away in that situation in a 3-0 count. I think he should be trying to draw a walk by that point. Hopefully that's what his mindset was, but it wasn't. So here we go. We will head to the top of the 6th. Looks like the Robert Wool appearance was rescheduled for tomorrow. So people who came for the Robert Wool appearance aren't going to get it till tomorrow. He was in the Batman movie. They had to postpone that appearance. But Rochester's good with their social media. They post everything as it happens. So they're good about that. It's really good that they have that too. So I did the top of the 6th, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's broadcast right here on District Nation. And this broadcast is brought to you by Watch It Fly Media. So thank you so much for tuning in. I hope everyone likes the new Red Wings layout for today's game. We got the new overlay with Abimelec Ortiz on the screen. You got spikes above me over there. Of course, a different scoreboard, but we have the Nationals one still ready to go for tomorrow afternoon. Be sure to tune in tomorrow afternoon as well for more Washington Nationals play-by-play, because I know that's what a lot of you guys are here for. So, but this is just kind of a side bonus, getting some Rochester Red Wings time, get to watch the Wings play a little bit. We'll be able to watch them next week because the West Coast swing is going, and Thursday we might end up watching the Buffalo Bisons and the Rochester Red Wings. So you go, we're heading to the top of the 6th. In just a moment here, it'll be Pauly, Edsel, and Pintar. We'll see if Young stays out there or if they go to a new arm. Here's we head to the top of the 6th. Looks like we're going to go to a new arm here. Connor Pilkington's going to get some action right here. Connor Pilkington going to take to the mound for the Rochester Red Wings right here. Connor Pilkington was with the Nationals last year, got some time as well. He was signed recently back to the team on a minor league contract, so just back here to play for Rochester after Young only works a third of an inning and does give up a run, though. Pilkington will face a righty here in Graham Pauly, the designated hitter. Pilkington is going to come set here. Wearing number 46, he's wearing Patrick Corbin's number. He sets. First pitch to Graham Pauly to start his outing on the evening. The first pitch is going to be outside, ball 1. Pilkington's had decent numbers so far while with Rochester. That's the specific part. With the other AAA team he was with Toledo. He didn't do as well. Here, over 2 games, no runs given up, over 3 innings. So decent numbers right there. Coming sets Pilkington. Don't want to swing and a miss, and Pilkington gets the swing and miss, and it's an 0-1 count. Pilkington, a lefty bullpen arm, second lefty out of the pen for the Red Wings. So we 1-1 here. Graham Pauly up to the plate. Here's the pitch, and that's low and away ball 2, so it'd be a 2-0 count. Looking at Pilkington's numbers a little closer. This year, total in minor league baseball, 25 games, 3 of them being starts, 36 and a third innings worked, 4.95 ERA at AAA, but he had a 5.40 ERA with AAA Toledo, where he did not do well. Toledo was not his spot. Toledo was not his spot where he was with the Tigers, but now he's here with the Red Wings. The pitch is high and away, so it'd be a 3-1 count. 3-1 here, Pilkington facing Pauly. So it'll be a 3-1. Pilkington comes set. It'll be a 3-1 to Pauly. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Blast him away. It's a 3-2 count. So looks like we got a pinch hitter right here. Looks like we got a new hitter. Is that Kemp Alderman up? I believe that's Kemp Alderman going to pinch hit here for the Red Wings. Kemp Alderman going to get a pinch hit opportunity. He'll hit for Pauly here. Alderman in the 6th inning. It'll be a 3-2. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul off. So Ken Alderman going to pinch hit here. 297 average, 13 home runs. He gets the pinch hit opportunity for Pauly. Rarely do you see a pinch hit really in AAA baseball. You don't see it much. But here you do. It'll be a 3-2. Pilkington sets. Here comes the pitch to Alderman. He delivers. Swinging a bloop out towards right field. Coming in as the right fielder, Pinckney. Going out as the second baseman, Wallace. And it's Wallace to make the catch for out number 1. On the run, out to shallow right. Nice play by Cayden Wallace right there for out number 1 here in the top of the 6th inning. Nice play by Wallace. Jammed him. Pilkington got him with a really fast fastball that time. Going out is Cayden Wallace to make the catch on the run into shallow right. So there's one gone here in the top of the 6th. One out here, and that'll bring up Edsel, the right fielder in today's game. Pilkington sets. He has a lefty-lefty matchup now. Here's the pitch to Edsel. That's going to be swung on and missed. Wow. Pulls the string to a breaking ball, and Edsel can't even hit it. So it'll be an 0-1 count. Matthew Edsel up to the plate. Look at his journey a little bit once he's at AAA here. He hasn't gotten to the big leagues just yet. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be way low and outside. Ball 1 gets away from Maxwell Romero Jr. Not even close.
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
The career of Matthew Edsel took him to Baltimore, where he was first signed, and then he ends up being with the Tampa Bay Rays for a little while, and then is traded for Nick Fortes. That's the only 2 guys in there, and then he's been with them since. This pitch is swung on, hit out to right, going out is Cayden Wallace, and he is under it, and Cayden Wallace will make the catch for out number 2. So 2 gone here in the top of the 6th. 2 outs, that'll bring up Andrew Pintar now. 2 quick outs from Connor Pilkington, working quickly now. Pilkington just settling in, getting the outs he needs to. So 2 outs now. So 2 outs, and Pintar will come to the plate here in the top of the 6th. Pilkington steps onto the rubber. He comes set. He will face Pintar, the center fielder. Here's the pitch to Pintar, and that's going to be swung on and fouled off. It's no 1 count. That one kind of hit to no man's land in the stands, so a bunch of fans had to fight over that one. It did make its way up to the second deck area of the club section where a lot of fans sit. Here's the 0-1. That's in the dirt, ball 1. There's a club section for AAA baseball, but it's up second deck above the deck. It's not really a third deck because it's kind of even with them. It doesn't really have its own area, but still, some foul balls can get up to them. So 1-1. Pilkington sets. Here's his pitch. This one is going to be just outside ball 2, so it's a 2-1 count. Can't clip it that time. So to be a 2-1 count now. 2-1 here with 2 outs. Top of the 6th inning. Jacksonville has a 1-run lead at 4-3. Pilkington looks in for his signs. He comes set. Here comes the 2-1 to Pintar, and that's going to be just outside ball 3. So to be a 3-1 count now. Can't get the call that time, so to be a 3-1. 3-1 here with 2 outs. Pilkington on the mound. Connor Pilkington, a guy who was with the Nationals at one point. He played on their major league team. So this is a guy who's been to the MLB. Pilkington sets. The 3-1. Swinging a fly ball out to right. Ranging over into foul ground is Pinckney, but that one will get out of play onto the hill. So it'd be a 3-2 count. In his MLB, he's been with Cleveland for a couple years. Then he was in the minors all of 2024. And then 2025, Pilkington gets the call with DC. In 32 games, had a 4.45 ERA. I mean, doing that in 20 innings, that would not be terrible for the Nationals right about now. A decent lefty arm in Connor Pilkington. Coming set to Pilkington. It'll be a 3-2. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball foul. We'll do 3-2 again. 3-2 here with 2 away in the top of the 6th. So 3-2 here with 2 outs. Pilkington looks in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. It'll be another 3-2. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Did it go? No, says first base umpire Ginther the third. So on to first is going to be Andrew Pintar. He draws a walk on a questionable call right there on the swing. I thought he may have went. I thought they could challenge that. Maybe they only have one challenge on that, and they don't want to waste it. That'd be a good time to use it, though, in a close game like this in only the 6th inning. But now that'll bring up Miller now, the second baseman. Got a hit by pitch last time. He was up. So 2 outs here. Pintar at first with 2 away. Pilkington comes set. Here's the first pitch to Miller. Swung on and missed. He can't even hit that at all. Just kind of flails at it. It's an 0-1 count. Gage Miller out in front of that one. So it's an 0-1 count. 0-1 here with 2 outs. Pilkington looks in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. Here comes the 0-1. That's in the dirt. Ball 1 gets away from Romero. Runner on the move to second. Romero keeps it to the right of him. So moving up to second on the play is going to be Pintar. Probably going to get a wild pitch on that one, but runner up to second now with 2 outs. So Pilkington will face Pintar right here. Or excuse me, that's not Pintar, that's Miller. Excuse me. So they are going to give him a wild pitch. Okay, so they're going to give him a wild pitch. So up to second on the play is going to be Pintar. Coming set's going to be Pilkington. Here's the pitch. This one is slapped up the middle. That's a base hit left center field. Running to grab it is Franklin, and that will score a run. So a base hit for Gage Miller right here scores yet another run for the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. They now have a 2-run lead. So forget what I said about Pilkington being the big league level. Think we can leave him at AAA for now. He gives up a run. It's now a 5-3 game. Wallace kind of dove for that one, but he was nowhere near it. The second baseman, that was on the other side, so he can't get there. So now 2 outs here. That'll bring up Jared Cerna. He's 1 for 2 on the day. So Pilkington looks in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. He'll face Jared Cerna. Here's the pitch. Will go back over to first. And the ball gets away from the first baseman, Ortiz. Moving up to second on the play is going to be Miller. So that's going to be a throwing error for the pitcher, Connor Pilkington, on a pickoff attempt of all things. A throwing error. Not what you want to see there. Not at all what you want there. That is thrown way away. Wow. That one gets away from Abimelec Ortiz. Up to second on the play is going to be, so they're going to do a throwing error, E1. It's the second error of the game. So really the errors are starting to pile up a little bit. They're causing runs. So runner at second here. Coming sets Pilkington after the throwing error. Here's the first pitch to Jared Cerna now. That's going to be way outside ball 1, but Romero keeps a glove on it.
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
So to be a 1-0 here from Pilkington to Cerna. Pilkington looks in for his sign. He comes set. When they played Toledo, they had a similar problem where they were just walking a lot of guys. Here comes the 1-0. Swinging a foul ball to be a 1-1 count. They had a similar problem where they were just walking guys. I mean, I have the scorecard here. I can get it up. We can see the numbers. Toledo Mud Hens, Rochester Red Wings. I mean, there's an inning. It was the 7th where they walked 5 guys and hit another. And then they also got 2 walks in the 9th. So the Mud Hens were drawing their walks. You got 3 walks from Eddie Yean, though. Eddie Yean has since fixed that control problem. Should have challenged that swing. Yeah, this one is fouled away. So that'll now make it a 1-2 count as he fouls that one off. I think they should have challenged it. If AAA International League has it, you might as well challenge it. Might as well use the challenge. But 1-2 here with 2 away. Pilkington on the mound. 23 pitches for Connor Pilkington. Pilkington comes set. The 1-2. That's way outside ball 2 once again. Can't get the call because it was nowhere near. Pilkington looks Nats ready. Yeah, if he's going to walk all these guys, get an error, and then give up a hit, yep. He's Nationals ready, everybody. If he's going to do that, then I have no problem with him being Nationals ready. The 2-2 from Pilkington to Cerna. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball right back to Pilkington. Makes a leaping play. Flips it up to the first baseman, Ortiz. This time he catches it, and that's out number 3, and that will end the inning. So 1 run in the inning on just 1 hit as well, and the walk ended up getting the run. The walk was becoming the run. 1 hair in the inning, 1 man left on base. So to the bottom of the 6th, everybody's now a 5-3 game. 2-run lead for the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp now. So we go bottom of the 6th. We go. Thanks to everyone who has tuned in today for today's Red Wings broadcast, Rochester Red Wings baseball, right here on District Nation. It'll be Ortiz, House, and Pinckney. So a good group of guys coming up to hit in the bottom of the 6th. Would really like to see if they could get something going. I mean, this team was down 1-0, and then Trey Lipscomb flipped it upside down to a 3-1 game. And then the bullpen couldn't hold it. The pitching couldn't hold it. So very Nationals-ish game here tonight for this Red Wings team. But looks like Braxton Garrett will now take over for the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. Braxton Garrett. So he'll take over after Pushard pitches. Garrett will pitch the 6th. Pusher ends up working an inning. He ends up working one inning. He walks one guy, no strikeouts, also no hits or runs. Braxton Garrett this season has a 4-2 record with a 1.54 ERA over 13 games. All of them starts in the minor league level this year. So that's his minor league stats. At the big league level so far, over 2 games, he's 0-1 with a 14.54 ERA. 2 of them starts. He's worked 70 innings at the AAA level this year. Braxton Garrett threw a no-hitter early on, so he has been really good at the AAA level, and he just hasn't been good ever since. He's been good at AAA, but he can't really figure it out in the majors. A problem a lot of guys have where they're really good at AAA and they just can't figure it out in the majors. So he'll work out of the bullpen here. So maybe they're going to have him work a bullpen role here in the second half of the season, see if he can bounce his way to the big leagues as we head to the bottom of the 6th. It'll be Ortiz, House, and Pinckney for the bottom of the 6th. He's a lefty as well, so if one guy's going to get a hit, it's going to be Brady House as Braxton Garrett takes the mound. He's been dominant of late at the AAA level, but majors, he hasn't been well. So maybe Brady House and Abimelec Ortiz, some MLB guys, will figure him out. Here's the first pitch, and Ortiz flails at a breaking ball way out of the zone. It'll be an 0-1 count. Braxton Garrett gets him to chase that one, so it'll be 0-1 here. The series, the Red Wings currently have the lead 1-0. This is game 2 of only a 3-game series. Here comes the 0-1 to Ortiz, and Ortiz takes a pitch in a dirt ball 1, so it'll be a 1-1 count. 1-1 here with no one gone. Bottom of the 6th, just getting started here. The bottom of the 6th. Garrett into the wind. The 1-1. Swinging a ground ball, fouled on the first base line. It'll be a 1-2 count. Braxton Garrett, age 28, 6'2", 202 pounds. A big dude. I mean, that's obvious, and he dominates. That's the one thing. He will dominate. And he's throwing a no-hitter, so it'll be a 1-2 to Ortiz. Into the wind is Garrett. Here's the pitch. That's way low and outside ball 2. Wanted him to chase that breaking ball. But smart enough to lay off is Abimelec Ortiz. Has the discipline to lay off that one. Garrett into the wind. It'll be a 2-2. Here's the pitch. And Ortiz swinging a ball, hit out to right, but now coming in as the right fielder Edsel, and he's there to make the catch for out number 1. Ortiz had a nice piece of it, but he just flies out to right, so there's one gone here in the bottom of the 6th. Was out in front a little bit of the breaking ball and just kind of poked it out to right field. Edsel didn't even have to move that much, just moved over a little bit and made the catch for out number 1. So it'll bring up Brady House now with 1 down. Brady House, a guy who crushes lefties. He hasn't seen one all series, though, so maybe his approach changes. First pitch to House, and he fouls this one back. And it'll be 0-1, just fouled that one back. Brady House up to the plate. We have talked about his splits all year at the AAA and majors level. So this is both. These splits are for both, just 2026 in general. And honestly, the splits tell a great story because he's been good there. Here's the pitch, and House swing and a miss. The pitch in the dirt, it's an 0-2 count. Against lefties, against lefties, I just love looking at this number because it's so different. 366 against lefties, 229 against righties. So it's going to be 0-2 here from the lefty Garrett to the righty House. Here's the pitch. And House takes a pitch low in the dirt. Oh, did he say hit him? Yes, so Brady House going to get a hit by pitch here. He's going to go to first. Braxton Garrett doesn't like the call, but Brady House looks like he did hit him in the foot. So he'll go to first base on the play. Brady House took one on the foot, so he's on first now. Good job by Brady House there. So House doesn't get a hit, but he does get hit. So now Andrew Pinckney will come up to the plate from the right side. Pinckney up to the plate here against Garrett. Garrett comes set at the belt. First pitch here to Andrew Pinckney. Here's the pitch. Pinckney takes a pitch, called. Strike 1 in the outside corner. So it's an 0-1 count. Gets the call there, so it's an 0-1 count. Couple singles today for Andrew Pinckney. He scored in the 4th on that Trey Lipscomb 3-run bomb. That's really all the scoring that the Red Wings have had today. Here's the pitch to Pinckney, and he takes a pitch in there, called, strike 2, and it's a 0-2 count now. 289 average for Pinckney, 12 home runs, 46 runs driven in. And I'm liking these Batman jerseys, though, with just the Red Wings logo in the top left corner of their jersey, and then Batman's really the centerpiece. If they win in them, that means they're lucky jerseys, but if they don't, they can throw them away and never talk about them again. They might end up wearing them tomorrow as well if Robert Wohl is making the appearance then. Here comes the 0-2, and Pinckney fouls this one off, so do 0-2 again. They might end up wearing them 2 games in a row if he appears tomorrow because the biggest part of wearing the jerseys was the appearance of the actor. So you never know. So 0-2 here with one gone. Pinckney up to the plate in a lefty-righty matchup. Garrett sets. Here's the pitch. And Pinckney swings and grounds this one down the third baseline, but foul once again. So do 0-2 again here. Pinckney working a good A-bat. A-bat at bat. So 0-2 here with one gone. House doesn't really need to go. He's not a guy who steals a lot of bags. So let's see what he does. 0-2 here with one gone. In the bottom of the sixth inning, Pinckney up to the plate here. Garrett looks in for a sign. He comes set. Braxton Garrett, I mean, a guy who's just been really dominant this year. The 0-2 to Pinckney. Swing and a miss on a pitch low and inside. So Pinckney is down swinging, and that's out number 2 here in the bottom of the sixth. So now bring up Trey Lipscomb, who has a home run in the game. Trey Lipscomb has been hitting bombs. So come on, Trey, right here. With 2 away, Trey Lipscomb will come to the plate. He's 1 for 2 on the day. So Trey Lipscomb trying to get something going here for the Red Wings. Coming set is going to be Garrett. Here's the first pitch to Trey Lipscomb. Swing and a miss on a pitch. He's out in front, so it'd be an 0-1 count. Can't even get a piece of that one. So it'd be 0-1. House going to get his lead away from first right here. Garrett looks in for a sign. He comes set. Lipscomb in a lefty-righty match. It'd be nice if he could repeat what he did earlier in the game. Here's the pitch, and Lipscomb out in front again. Swings and misses. So it's an 0-2 count. Lipscomb can't get a piece of that one. He grounded into a double play, but then went yard. So he is getting up there in home runs. He's been powerful, and he's been doing well at the AAA level, which I'm really happy for him. He's been doing well there. It's been nice to see him at a shortstop, third base type of position. He also plays outfield a little bit, so he can do everything. Coming set is going to be Garrett. The 0-2 to Lipscomb. Here's the pitch. And Lipscomb out in front of that breaking ball. Can't get it. He swings and misses. And that's out number 3 here in the bottom of the 6th. Lipscomb's going to say something to the umpire. Thought he tipped it, but he didn't. So that's out number 3. 2 strikeouts in a row for Braxton Garrett. So what to the 7th, everybody? 1 man left on base. No hits or runs. What to the 7th? It's still a 5-3 game. The Jumbo Shrimp have the lead. So what to the top of the 7th, everybody? That was not a great inning offensively for them. They can't get anything going. That is the second inning of scoreless baseball in a row for the Red Wings. They need to get the offense going. This is a top 6 offense in the International League, consistently one of the better teams in general. They have decent pitching, decent hitting. That's one of the reasons they are the leader of the International League East. So it would be nice of them to do that. So here we go into the top of the 7th. We'll see if they stick with Pilkington right here or they go to someone else. So let's see if they go to Connor Pilkington for the second or if they go to a different arm right here. They'll be facing Garrett Forrester, and then they'll face Cam Canarella and then Connor Norby for the top of the 7th. Thank you so much to everyone who has tuned in to today's broadcast. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, help out the channel just a little bit. Looks like we are going to get a new arm. We're going to have Robert Kranz take over. Robert Kranz going to take over for the Red Wings. Robert Kranz going to take over here for the top of the 7th inning. It'll be Forrester, Connorella, and Norby for the top of the 7th. Still also looking for a redirect location for after this game because I can do that now, which is really awesome. But stay right here for this game as Robert Kranz is going to take over here for the top of the 7th. Kranz, a righty, will take over here. 3-2 with a 5.94 at the minor league level this year. Hasn't seen any MLB action, doesn't have any career MLB stats, but here we go. He'll take over for the 7th inning. Robert Kranz takes over. I bet they stick with Garrett for a second inning, though. Garrett, a starter who's being converted to the bullpen slowly, probably. They're probably going to stick with this guy for 2 innings, see how much they can get out of him. So the Red Wings offense is going to have to get to him. Kranz will work out of the wind here. First pitch to Forrester, and that's going to be swung on, hit foul, first base side out of play, so it'd be an 0-1 count. Some kids will go over and chase after that ball. Some kids really want that one. They're fighting over that one, so everyone wants a ball here. Here comes the 0-1. Called. Strike 2, low part of the zone, so it's an 0-2 count. So 0-2 here with no one gone in the top of the 7th inning. So Crans into the wind here. It'll be 0-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul ball. He tipped that one. Almost the put-away pitch to get out Forrester, but he doesn't. Robert Crans came over to the Nationals a while ago. I mean, this guy's been here the entire time. He signs with them in 2024, so signed with them a couple years ago, and he's up here in AAA trying to work his way to the big leagues. Crans has 2 strikes on Forrester still. He goes into the wind. The 0-2. Check swing. Did he go? No, so it'll be a 1-2 count. So they say he didn't go, so it'll be 1-2 now. Crans only aged 23. So this is a fairly new guy to pro baseball. He's looking to just get that boost. Try to figure out a way to boost himself to the big leagues. And if there's one team where he could probably do it, it's probably AAA Rochester, where he can get up to the Nationals team. The 1-2. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out to center. Going out second baseman Wallace. Coming in is Christian Franklin. And it's going to be Christian Franklin to make the catch for out number 1. So 1 down here in the top of the 7th. 1 out to get it started. So that'll bring up Cam Canarella now with a 1 out. Top of the 7th inning. Thank you so much to everyone who's tuned into today's AAA broadcast. We'll be back with the Nationals tomorrow, Sunday. Coverage will start at 3:55 p.m., so tune in for that. Excuse me, 3:50. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. It's no 1 count. Stream will start at 3:50. Coverage at 3:55. Starting at 4:05 is going to be the first pitch between the Athletics and the Nationals. So tune in for all that tomorrow afternoon for some great Sunday action. Here's the pitch. Just outside, ball 1. It's a 1-1 count. We may be able to do some of the Rockies games, or I'll maybe make a post. What do you want to do, Red Wings or Nationals action? Because Red Wings, it's been fun to watch. I mean, they're a fun-to-watch minor league team. Crans in the wind. The 1-1. Swinging a fly ball. Foul to be a 1-2 count. They'll be in Buffalo for the Buffalo Bisons by Tuesday. So Monday we'll probably end up watching the Nats game as well, and on Wednesday as well. But I don't know what we're going to do on Tuesday. But here we go. 1-2 here with a 1 out. Lefty Canarella up to the plate against the big man here, Crans. Into the wind. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, ball 2. So it'll be a 2-2 count. I like what Crans is putting together, though. So 2-2 here with 1 gone. I mean, Crans, a decent arm. He's been through a couple levels this year. Actually, a few. Started high, worked his way to AAA just this year. Be a 2-2 delivery. He's into the wind here. Now we'll step off, actually. There's nothing there. So 2-2 here with 1 out. Crans always brings his hands over his head, and then he goes into the wind-up. But he doesn't do it while he goes into his wind-up. Into the wind. The 2-2. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out to left. Going back into the corners. Left fielder Glasser. Glasser, this one will go just barely out of play, so we'll do 2-2 again here. That one bounced up into the corner, so we get a foul ball. It bounced off the wall towards the corner. I'd say the Red Wings is the alternative if the Nats game is starting at 9:30 or so. Oh, yeah, the Red Wings are the alternative. It's fun to watch them. That's the thing. It's not like they're a boring team. Interesting to watch. Very supplementary of the Nationals. I mean, you got some decent arms, some good hitters. But I think the Nationals game is 8:10 this week in core, so we should be able to call that. The 3-2. Swinging a ground ball. Up the middle. Diving attempt by Lipscomb. No good, so it's in a center field. Franklin will field that one. Attempt by Trey Lipscomb was amazing. He laid out, tried to get to it, but it is in the center field for a base knock. So 1 down now. Base knock to center field. Lipscomb dove. Couldn't make the play. So 1 out and a runner at first. Now that's Canarella at first, who's already shown he's a threat to go. I think 8 p.m. I should be able to get onto the mic. So it will be Connor Norby now, who has a couple hits in the day and got to second on an error. So it looks like Spikes is now in that little tunnel. He's wearing the Batman mask and Batman cape, so he's kind of dressed up, but Connor Norby up to the plate. 2 for 3 on the day. Here's the pitch from Crans, and Norby swinging a sword swing. Oof, he's saying something hurt on that swing, but sword swing from Robert Crans right there. Let's go.
Hey, oh, let's go. Hey, oh, let's go.
So nice swing there by Norby. Just going a sword swing that time, so it'll be an 0-1 count here. Crans facing Norby. Crans comes set. Here's the one. He'll go back over to first. Back in safely is going to be Canarella, so they can't pick him off this time. But good pickoff attempt right there. Just keep him honest. Make sure he's still there. He's still there. There's a chance. Coming set is going to be Crans. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Crans blows it past him, and it's an 0-2 count now. Gets in a swing right through it. So it'll be 0-2. 0-2 here with one gone. Getting his lead away from first is Canarella. Coming set is going to be Crans. It'll be 0-2 from the belt. He delivers. Check swing. Did he go? No. Should be a 1-2 count. They say that Connor Norby didn't go. So it'll be a 1-2 count now. Crans looks in for his sign. He shakes off. He looks. Now he comes set. It'd be a 1-2 to Norby. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul ball. Oof, that's off of Maxwell Romero Jr. right in the groinal area, too. So that did not feel good. So he takes it for the team right there. Takes the foul ball. So do 1-2 again here. Good AB worked by Norby, but Crans just has to put him away right here. You got to figure out how to put him away, get that one out they need. Runner at first here with one gone. A double play ball here would be nice as well. Anything to get them off the field and get that offense back up. So, one out here. Coming set is going to be Crans. It'll be a 1-2. Here's the pitch to Norby. He swings and lines this one down the left field line, but foul, and what do we 1-2 again? Oof, that's lucky. He was early on line that one well down the left field line. But they are going to call it foul. So we'll do 1-2 again here. 1-2 with one away. One-two here with one gone in the top of the seventh. Crans looks in for his sign. He's got it and he comes set. It'll be another 1-2 to Norby. Here's the pitch. And that's high ball two to be a 2-2 count. Just a reminder, stay with us for the seventh inning stretch. Sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game with the channel, national style. But maybe you can say Red Wings if you want to. Coming set is going to be Crans. It'll be a 2-2 now to Norby. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul ball again, so we'll do 2-2 again here. 2-2 with one away. Runner at first. Good AB by Connor Norby, who's just been an offensive weapon at AAA Jacksonville so far for the Jumbo Shrimp. He's been doing well. Red Wings started their season in Jacksonville at the start of 2026. Here's the 2-2. That's low and away ball three, so it'll be a 3-2 count. They started their season on the road as well. They started in Jacksonville for that first 3-game series on the weekend, and then they started their barrage of 6-game series that take place Tuesday through Sunday. And then they always get Monday off for travel and such because you go home road, home road. The 2-2 is way outside ball three. Excuse me, that's ball four. So Norby is going to take a walk. So now runners at first and second now with one out. So runners at first and second here. Crans will now face Davision De Los Santos here with runners at first and second and one away. Crans struggling now. He's already walked a guy in the inning. Here's the first pitch to De Los Santos. He swings, grounds it to the second baseman Wallace. Goes to Lipscomb for one. Throw to first. In time. Double play. De Los Santos falls over the bag, though. And now Ortiz is hopping around. Hopefully he's okay. Nice double play. Cayden Wallace makes a nice play over there. That one hit to second base. Wallace has to make a forehand there. Turns around, fires it to Lipscomb, who comes off the bag and fires it to first in time to put away Ortiz, who immediately starts hopping around. But De Los Santos also fell to the ground. But that's out number 3. De Los Santos is okay. Hopefully Ortiz is okay, and that will end the inning. Time for the 7th inning stretch, everybody. No runs in the inning. And going to be one man left on base. So one hit in the inning, one man left on, no errors. We will head to the 7th inning stretch. Time to stretch. We'll be back in just a moment. Sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game for now. And we are back here for the bottom of the 7th inning. Red Wings trail by 2, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in right here on District Nation, brought to you by Watch It Fly Media or With Media. Thank you so much for tuning in to Watch It Fly Media's broadcast, District Nation, Rochester Red Wings play-by-play. So we got a new arm out there for the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. Will throw the first pitch to Riley Adams, and that's going to be in there, called strike one with a breaking ball. Adams has not liked these calls tonight, but I guess he has to take them. So that's going to be Ralston out there now. Ralston out there for the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. Next pitch is going to be called strike two. Jack Ralston takes over the righty. Only one inning worked by the lefty Garrett, starter who worked out of the pen for one of his first times. So he had been good at AAA, not great at the major league level. So we know 2 here to Adams. Here's the pitch. Riley Adams takes a pitch just outside, ball 1. So it'll be a 1-2 count now. 1-2 here with no one gone. Bottom of the 7th inning. Red Wings trying to get some back onto the board. Ralston comes set. It'll be a 1-2 to Riley. Riley Adams had a good game yesterday. Let's see if he can recreate that. Check swing. Did he go? No. So it's ball 2. Umpire Ginther III said he didn't go. So it'll be a 2-2 count now. Ralston takes over on the mound for the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. We'll get some numbers on him. Coming set is going to be Ralston. The 2-2 to Adams. Here's the pitch to Riley. And Riley swinging a miss. Had a pitch blown away. Riley Adams down swinging. That's out number 1. That is the 64th strikeout of the season for Jack Ralston, who's 4-1 with a 1.07 ERA in minor league baseball this year, and that is only in AAA. So he has been good, just really good. Over his 50 and 2/3 innings worked, he has 9 runs given up. So first off, my thought there is he bleeds red. Hasn't had a bad outing in a while. It's time for the Red Wings to get on him a little bit. Put some runs on the board. First pitch, swung on and missed. It's an 0-1 count. So Wallace going to swing right through that one. It's an 0-1 count. This dude has 64 strikeouts. Over only 50 and 2/3 inning works. He strikes out a lot of guys. He just completed his 51st inning now. The 0 to Wallace. And Wallace takes a pitch upstairs, ball 1. So it'll be a 1-1 count now. 1-1 here with 1 out to Cayden Wallace up to the plate. Red Wings trailing by 2 at 5-3. Coming set is going to be Ralston. The 1-1 to Wallace. Here's the pitch, and Wallace swings and slaps this one out to right field. That's a base hit to shallow right. Coming to get his Edsel, Cayden Wallace delivers with a base knock. Cayden Wallace with a single now, so runner at first with 1 out. Cayden Wallace delivers with a knock to right field, and Cayden Wallace really delivering for this team now. So 1 out now. Looks like they just went commercial break screen, but obviously we're not in a commercial break. That's kind of peak effort right there. So that'll bring up Maxwell Romero Jr. First pitch, he fouls it off. So I already saw that, but looks like the first pitch, he's going to foul it down the right field line. So it'll be an 0-1 count. So 0-1 here with 1 out. Now Cayden Wallace stands at first. Only 322 to right field. Rochester, not a very big ballpark. I mean, it is kind of a micro stadium. Only 10,000 is the capacity. Not a big stadium at all. So Max Romero Jr. trying to make his first hit here at AAA. A big one. This would be an 0-1. Wallace with a good lead at first. Here's the 0-1, and Romero takes a pitch inside, ball 1. Only a couple walks on the day for Maxwell Romero on the day. 1 out here and a runner at first for him. It's a guy who didn't have too much pop, though, at the AA level. Wasn't just a destroyer of the ball. Here's the 1-1. Romero takes a pitch upstairs, ball 1. 13 home runs over his 46 hits and 190 at-bats. He hit 242, so he had a little pop. He had a little pop to him. See if you can bring that to the AAA level right here. It's going to be a 2-1. Coming set is going to be Ralston. Here's the 2-1 to Romero. He takes inside, ball 3. It's a 3-1 count. Raised his arms up and let that one fall to the inside corner and high. So it'll be a 3-1 count now. 3-1 with 1 out, and Wallace stands at first. Now he's going to get a hittable pitch right here. Romero just has to sit back right here. He's sitting in the 9-hole today. Sit back and drive. Here's the pitch. And that's inside, ball 4. So that'll bring up Philip Glasser with runners at first and second and 1 away. So runner moves up to second. That's Wallace, and up to first for his third walk of the evening is Maxwell Romero. He draws his third walk. Wow, good job by Maxwell Romero being patient there. So that'll bring up now Philip Glasser with runners at first and second and one down. Philip Glasser, who's a good contact guy, not a pop guy necessarily, not a guy who's just going to knock the cover off the ball, but he'll be patient. He'll get the pitch he wants. So Philip Glasser will step up to the plate here, a guy who has found his way through the different levels over the past few years. His career started with the Nationals, and he's been here for a while, rising his way through the ranks. Finally made it to AAA last year as that pitch is upstairs, ball one. Spent majority of the year with Harrisburg. He played about 130 games with Harrisburg in total, and over that time he had good numbers, always hitting around 270 at the AA level. So good job by him, and he had 293 in 2025. Here's the pitch. That's going to be high ball two. So really patient here for Philip Glasser. It's going to be a 2-0 count with runners at first and second and one gone. Glasser trying to be patient. Always had a good high on base percentage. He had a 481 on base percentage in 2025 with Harrisburg. Here's the pitch, and he grounds this one foul. So it'll be a 2-1 count. Guy who's good at getting on base. He, in 2025, over 1,000 with the OPS as well in 2025 with Rochester through his first 12 games where he hit 391, 41 on base percentage, 522 slugging, a 1093 OPS. Here's the pitch, and Glasser takes a pitch way inside, ball three. So to be a 3-1 count. So a chance for Glasser to even draw a walk right here. That's good too. Do that right here. This is really good. So to be a 3-1 count. So to be 3-1. Coming set, it's going to be Ralston. Here's the pitch to Philip Glasser. Swinging a foul ball, and we'll do 3-2 now. So 3-2 here with one gone. Runners should be on the move here. Runners at first and second. They may be on the move. I mean, this is a guy, Philip Glasser, who has always raked just at any level he's been at. He was on the Washington Nationals prospect team last year during spring breakout, so he got his looks then against some other breakout prospects. So it'll be a 3-2 here, as stepping off now will be Ralston. He's been wearing that curly W his entire career since 2023 when he signed on July 13th. Coming set is going to be Ralston. Here comes the 3-2 to Glasser. Swinging a fly ball out to left, but that one will be foul and out of play. So do 3-2 again. That one hit well down the left field line, but foul. Kind of one of those foul balls. He just kind of poked it far. So good AB here by Philip Glasser, working into the count of Jack Ralston, who has never started a game in his career, so he doesn't have too much length over these 31 games pitched. The 3-2, swinging a foul ball again. So good AB, or did he strike out? Looks like he missed it, so he's down swinging, and that's out number 2. I thought he got a piece of it, but that's out number 2, so that'll bring up Christian Franklin now with 2 outs. Glasser worked a good AB, but now runners at first and second with 2 outs for Christian Franklin, who doesn't have a knock on the game just yet. Could use one right here in a clutch situation. Help his team out a little bit. So here we go. Oh, let's go, Glasser. Yeah, he couldn't get it. Really sad, Mr. C. Struck out. I was really hoping that he could actually get a hit right there. But now let's go Franklin. Let's go Christian Franklin right here. So 2 outs and Christian Franklin up to the plate. Here's the pitch, and Franklin takes a breaking ball in there, called strike 1. So it's an 0-1 count. So 0-1 here with 2 outs. Christian Franklin up to the plate. Looking for a sign is Ralston. He comes set. His pitch count's already high in the 20s. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a line drive to the third baseman. He missed it! He missed it! Shortstop will grab it. It was a one-hopper. Third baseman couldn't get it. Third baseman Norby couldn't make the play. It's off his glove. Shortstop recovered it. So the bases are going to be loaded here for Abimelec Ortiz. Let's see what they score that. They might end up giving him a base hit. That one's hit pretty hard at the third baseman. He couldn't make the play cleanly. So now the bases are loaded with 2 outs. That one's given a single. Let's go. So that's a single on a line drive to the third baseman. We'll move the runners first, second, and third now with Christian Franklin on first. Here's the pitch to Abimelec Ortiz now. The pitch is going to be called. Strike 1 in the outside corner, but Abimelec wants a challenge. So look at here. The challenge screen is on the board. The pitch, and it is a strike on the outside corner. So they are going to call this one a strike. So it's an 0-1 count. Just clipped the outer part of the zone. Some of the ball's hanging out of the zone, but it's enough to stay in. So Romero Jr. at second, Wallace at first, Franklin at first, Romero Jr. at second, Wallace at third. Here's the pitch to Abimelec Ortiz, the 0-1. Abby swings and fouls this one down the third base line. It would be an 0-2 count. Man, now a real chance for Abimelec Ortiz, Lil Poppy, to capitalize right here with 2 outs and the bases loaded. Real chance to do some damage here in the bottom of the 7th. Maybe get back to a tied game or even get a lead. So coming set is going to be Ralston. It'll be an 0-2 to Abby. Here's the pitch to Ortiz. He delivers. Abby swings and fouls this one back, so do 0-2 again. Lil Poppy trying to work an AB here. On deck is Brady House, a guy who also hits for a lot of pop, but I really like it if Abby could do some damage right here. A guy who is MLB ready, has seen that big league level. Ralston comes set. He's now up into the high 20s in the pitch count. It'll be another 0-2 to Ortiz. Here's the pitch to Lil Poppy. Swinging a fly ball, shallow left. Coming in as the left fielder, Canarella, into foul ground. And he can't make the catch! He can't make the catches in fair ground! 2 runners are going to score. Canarella's injured. This could be an inside-the-park grand slam. Oh no, it's a ground rule double. Canarella has fallen to the ground. They're going to call it a ground rule double. And Canarella is down. He is injured. He is grabbing his face. He is injured badly. Franklin will have to go back to third. They're going to hold it to a ground rule double. Did that one get out of play? That would have been an inside-the-park home run if it didn't drop. So Franklin's talking to the umpire here. Canarella is injured, so they're going to talk to him, figure out if he's okay here, give him a towel. Trying to make a diving play. Ladies and gentlemen, we're tied. Abimelec Ortiz pokes a ball, a fly ball to shallow left. Canarella tried to make a nice diving catch, but he ends up tripping and falling right on his face. That one does get out of the stadium, so it's a ground rule double. But now Abimelec Ortiz delivers. It's now a tie game. So 2 runs on the board. So even though Canarella's injured, look on the bright side of things. We're tied at 5, everybody. So Wallace scores and Romero Jr. score. We're tied at 5, and up to third is going to be Franklin. So Lil Poppy does end up delivering with that little bloop out to left field, and so it did get out of play. I didn't notice that, but it got out of play. It bounced a couple times in the second bounce and bounced out. I didn't think that one would be a ground rule double. I didn't notice it flip out of the field. Yeah, exactly. I didn't realize it came out of the park. I didn't realize that. I thought it was just rolling. So now Brady House will hit with runners on second and third. And ladies and gentlemen, we're tied at 5. So we can't do that, but let's just do this.
Let's go.
So Canarella's going to stay in the game. Wow. But good job. This game is tied at 5. So 2 outs here. That'll bring up Brady House with runners at second and third, a chance to give the Red Wings the lead here in the bottom of the 7th with runners at second and third. A real chance now for the Red Wings to do some damage. I'm sorry, Mr. C, I didn't make it clear that it got out of the stadium, and I didn't even realize it, too. So coming set's going to be Ralston. Here's the pitch to House. House takes a pitch on the outside corner, called strike 1. It's an 0-1 count. House didn't like the call, but they're out of challenges now. So Abimelec Ortiz delivers with a ground rule double. Good job by Abimelec Ortiz to get that one to score a couple runs. I thought if that one stays in, that's a home run because Canarella's down and not getting up. Here's the 0-1 to House with 2 outs. House with a chance to add on. Here's the pitch. Brady swinging a miss. It's an 0-2 count. He's 0-2 on the day with a couple strikeouts and a hit by pitch. For Abby, though, that is his 21st double on the year, and RBIs number 61 and 62. He continues to rake and really making a statement on why he should be at the big league level. Here's the 0-2 to Brady House. Here's the pitch. That's in the dirt, ball 1. Catcher keeps it in front, though, so it'll be a 1-2 count. Franklin now stands at third. Abimelec Ortiz over there at second with 2 away. And Brady House up to the plate for the Nationals. So 2 outs here. Real chance for them to do some damage. So I'm really hoping to get the attendance number here soon for the Red Wings game. It'd be really nice to see that. It'll be a 1-2. Here's the pitch to Brady House. He delivers. Called! Strike 3 at the top part of the zone. House does not like the call. That is strikeout number 3 in the inning for Ralston. That will end the inning. They do get 3 hits in the inning and 2 runs. So the Red Wings tie this game up. Ralston technically strikes out the side, but the Wings end up getting 2 more on the board on 3 hits. No errors and 2 runners left on base. We're tied at 5, everybody. Even if that injury is the reason it happens. But we're tied at 5, everybody. This game is tied up at 5. Let's go. They have a real chance to actually get back into this. We're tied. They have a chance to win now. Charge! There you go, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're headed to the top of the 8th. We are 18 likes on the stream. Let's go, everybody. Thank you so much. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you have not already. Be sure to do those things. Help out the channel just a little bit as we call this Red Wings game. We're headed to the top of the 8th, everybody. It's going to be Alderman, Edsel, and Pintar in the top of the 8th for the Rochester Red Wings. So here we go. It'll be Kemp Alderman to lead it off. He's 0 for 3 on the day, though. So here we go. Top of the 8th. Now they got to go to a different arm. Jack Ralston with a rare mishap. A guy who's almost a sub-1 ERA at 107 over 31 games at AAA Jacksonville this year. And he ends up doing that. So, man, you wouldn't think he'd do that. You really wouldn't, because he's usually a good arm for this team, usually a reliable arm, and he's the one who ends up blowing in. Nobby Mellick-Ortiz with another multi-hit game. Coming back to the second half of the season, the man has had 8 plate appearances now. He has, let's see here, he's actually had 9 plate appearances. He has reached on 7 of them. He has 4 doubles over that time. He has 1 single, 2 walks, and 3 runs driven in, plus 2 runs of his own. So he is producing to start this second half. Man, he has been an offensive weapon. I mean, he's really making a statement to get that call back up to the big leagues in just a few days with the way he's playing right now in AAA Rochester. He is really trying to get that call back up to the big leagues as we go to the top of the 8th inning, everybody. Alderman will lead it off. We'll see who is put into the game for the Rochester Red Wings. So I said they're going to go to Nicholas right here. They're going to go to Kyle Nicholas. Kyle Nicholas going to take over for the Rochester Red Wings. He'll take over here in the top of the 8th inning. Nicholas. That's spelled differently than normal when it's spelled without an H as the first pitch. They didn't show, so to be a ball, so to be a 1-0 count here. Or excuse me, we'll check here, but they didn't show the first pitch, which is really annoying. First pitch was going to be pitch. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be outside. Ball 2. Looks like they're calling it 1-1. What happened here? So first pitch is a ball. So we're at, I don't know what happened. They didn't show the first few pitches of the AB, so I have no idea what we're doing here. Should be a 1-1. Coming set is going to be Nicholas. Here's the 1-1. And that swung on and missed. This looks like it is a 2-2 now. 2-2 here. Excuse me. They didn't show the first few pitches. I was really confused. Thing about minor league is their broadcasts aren't as polished as other ones. So it'll be a 2-2 here. Coming set is going to be Nicholas. Here's the pitch. And that's outside. Ball 3, so it'll be a 3-2 count. Kemp Alderman, who subbed into the game back in the 6th inning as a pinch hitter, now he's getting his second AB. So he comes up to the plate. Nicholas, the lefty. Coming set is going to be Nicholas. Here comes the pitch. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out to left. Going back is the left fielder Glasser onto the track. And Philip Glasser tracking, and he makes the catch out there towards left center for out number 1. Philip Glasser drifting with that ball, ends up making the catch for out number 1 here in the top of the 8th. Manages to get the out, so there's 1 gone here in the top of the 8th. Way to make the play there. Stick with it. So Pilkington ends up being the guy in the 6th who gives up a run. And then in the 7th, Kranz doesn't give up any runs. So now the bullpen's just trying to do damage control right here. Kranz that's what he did. And now Nicholas is trying to hold a lead. So that'll bring up Edsel now. Nicholas comes set. Here's the first pitch to Edsel. That's going to be in there, called strike 1. It's an 0-1 count now. Edsel up to the plate. He's 0 for 3 on the day. Couple ground outs and a couple flyouts. Coming set is going to be Nicholas. From the right side, he comes set. He works exclusively out of the set position. Here's the pitch to Edsel. Check swing. Did he go? No. Or did he go? Come on. Tell me if he went. They don't say it, which is really annoying. So they're going to say he did go, so it's an 0-2 count. So 0-2 here with one gone to Edsel. Nicholas looks in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. It'll be an 0-2 here. Here's the pitch to Edsel. Swinging, he lines this one down the right field line and hard. That's into the corner, off the wall. Fielding it off the right field wall is going to be Pinckney. Into second is going to be Edsel with a double. Matthew Edsel gets this inning going with a one-out double now here in the top of the 8th. So double to right, so runner at second with one gone. Edsel into second, and that'll bring up Andrew Pintar. Double off the wall, hit very, very hard. So now the go-ahead runs at second for the Jumbo Shrimp right here. So here we go. One out here coming up is going to be Andrew Pintar. Righty-righty matchup here. Nicholas comes set. First pitch to Pintar is going to be in there. Called. Strike one. It's an 0-1 count. Pilkington ended up working the 6th. Kranz worked the 7th. Now Nicholas works the 8th. Nicholas, a guy first one to have a runner in scoring position in a little while. Sent Canarella back in the 7th, actually. In 0-1. Here's the pitch from Nicholas. Called. So, oh, wow, that's a ball? Wow, that should have been a strike. They're not going to challenge it because they don't have any challenges left. So it'll be a 1-1 count. Wow, they didn't get a challenge that time. So it'll be 1-1 here. Edsel gets his lead away from second. Wallace holding him on. So it'll be a 1-1 here. Here's the pitch from Nicholas. Check swing. Did he go? They're going to say he went. So, man, did they say he went that time? So it will be a 1-2 count now if he went. He didn't, so it's a 2-1 count. They say he didn't. In case we get there, what are the extra inning rules in AAA? Mr. C, I believe they're the same as the AAA. The AAA rules are the same as Major League. I believe it's still runner at second to start the inning. The 2-1. Called. Strike two. And it'll be a 2-2 count. I believe they were the first to test out the extra inning runner. I think they still have it. I think they still have the runner at second. They play regular MLB rules with that. Runner at second, normal innings. So they have the runner at second and 3 outs to get. I think I agree with DN Dad there. When DN Dad came on the show, he talked about it. He didn't like that. I got to agree. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? No. So now that'll make it a 2-2 count. Here we go. Come on right here. 2-2 here with a 1 out. Coming set is going to be Nicholas. He's set at the belt. It'll be a 2-2 here to Pintar. Here's the pitch. Just outside, ball 4. That's ball 4? Wow. They are really behind. They need to actually update the scoreboard here. That is really annoying. They need to update the scoreboard. So runners at first and second. The people who run the Rochester one don't update the scoreboard. So I'm basically guessing half the time. So what? He isn't. Oh my gosh. It is a 3-2 count. I knew it. It's a 3-2 count. Update the scoreboard, man. So here we go. Or excuse me, it is a walk. I knew it was a walk. This is really annoying me right now. The pitch. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out to center. Going back is Franklin onto the track. And Christian Franklin makes the catch route number 2. Edsel is going to try for third. The throw is going to get away, but House will grab it. So after the walk, they get a fly out for out number 2. So Miller's the one to fly out. So I know that is confusing because I was sounding confusing there. So Edsel had the double. Pintar draws a walk, and now Miller flies out to center. So those are 2 outs now. So Nicholas has runners at second and third now as they both tag up on the play. So now there's 2 runners in scoring position and 2 outs. So now that'll bring up Jared Cerna with runners on second and third and 2 away. So runners at second and third here. Nicholas will face Jared Cerna now with 2 outs. And the extra inning rules are the same. Runner at second, no outs if we get to that point. Here's the pitch. Cerna takes it in there. Called. Strike 1. It's an 0-1 count. Jared Cerna's 1 for 3 with a single. So on the day. So he has a knock. I mean, this is the offense the way that the Red Wings had it yesterday. Here's the 0-1, and that's up and away ball 1, so to be a 1-1 count now. But I believe it is still extra inning runner, and I know they were the ones to test it. I know that because NFL, you know how they test rules in the UFL, MLB does that with minor league in that way. They test all their rules in AAA first. The 1-1 is inside ball 2 to be a 2-1 count. That's the thing. They test out all their rules in AAA first, sometimes even in AA and single A, but usually just AAA because of how competitive the play is compared to the other leagues. So they test out the rules there. Coming set is going to be Nicholas. He waits. The 2-1 coming to Cerna. Swinging a ground ball. This is to the shortstop. He fields cleanly. That's the shortstop Lipscomb. He throws to first in time for out number 3, and that will end the inning. So the Rochester Red Wings escape the jam. No runners in the inning. No runs. 1 hit. 2 runners left on base with that walk, but we are headed to the bottom of the 8th, and it's still 5-5. So here we go. Bottom of the 8th we go, everybody. Time for the Red Wings to try to get some runs on the board. Charge! So you go bottom of the 8th. Looks like they're going to go to Josh White right here, replacing Ralston right here. They're going to go to Josh White. So Josh White will take over after Jack Ralston does not work well. Josh White will take over here in the 8th. Ralston ends up blowing it. He does not get the save or the hold. So they'll go to Josh White now, who has a 2.20 ERA over 27 games, 1 game started. Kind of a long man, 27 games, 41 innings worked, 48 strikeouts. So he's been working a lot of innings when he does work. So Garrett, who worked in the 6th inning, got a couple strikeouts. No walks, no hits, no runs for him. And then Ralston had a tough 7th inning outing, but he did get 3 strikeouts. So he did end up with 3 strikeouts, but he also had 3 hits. So he had 3 hits and 2 runs. So he struggled in that way, and he had a walk. I don't like the runner on second rule either, but curious why you don't. Yeah, Mr. C, I think it's just not organic baseball. I feel like it isn't really baseball because that run, it completely changes the strategy of the game. I feel like when you're playing baseball, you have to make that runner get in a scoring position. When you start with him at second, the strategy of the game completely changes. You're not trying to score at all. You're just trying to get that run in and then work from there. Usually the first out is a free out because it's usually a bunt. I don't really like when they do that. I'd rather baseball be where you start the extra innings, you're playing strategically. Once you get a runner, you'll do anything to get that runner to second or third. With the extra innings, the first team to hit, the road team, just has to score that run, set the tone. If they score that run, the other team is just going to score that run, and we're going to go back and forth like that. But I would rather you have to really fight to get that 1 run in extra innings because there's so much more electricity when you're playing in that situation. It just feels a lot more baseball-ish to me. Here's the first pitch to Pinckney, and he takes it inside ball 1. But I just feel like it's not organic because I like the way baseball is played, and it changes a lot in that 10th inning because the strategy of the game changes completely when you go to extra innings. So they just went to the commercial break screen again as Lipscomb was up to the plate. So we'll have to assume probably on what happened there. We'll see, though. This is really annoying. The production of minor league games are not great, so they got to figure that out because it's not a profitable thing having minor league games on TV, but at the same time, you still got to take some pride in it by that point. So it looks like he did fly out anyway. So Andrew Pinckney's going to fly out to Edsell for 1 out. So that's out number 1. They're not showing the game, though. It's not on screen. So we'll have to get this up on another way, probably. So we'll figure this out as we go. I'm trying to figure this out, how we can watch it here. So now that'll bring up Trey Lipscomb here. So I'm trying to figure this out as Pinckney flew out to the right fielder Edsell. So that's out number 1. So Pinckney up to the plate now. Coming set is going to be White. Here comes the pitch to Trey Lipscomb now. Lipscomb swinging a ground ball foul. So I had to switch devices real quickly. Now we got it. Now the broadcast is up. I have it on my phone for a second there. So to be a 1-1 count to Lipscomb. Trey Lipscomb up to the plate here. They're going to try to get some runs right here. Trey Lipscomb could use that right here. Here comes the pitch to Trey Lipscomb. He swings and hits this one. Out to shallow right, coming in is Etzel, going out as the first baseman, and it's the first baseman, De Los Santos, to make the catch for out number 2. So there's 2 outs now. So 2 outs now, and that'll bring up Riley Adams. So he pops up to De Los Santos, so 2 outs, that'll bring up Riley. Riley Adams up to the plate here with 2 away. Sorry, everybody, I missed that. It was just because they went blacked out for a second. Minor league broadcasts, as I said, are not great. Here's the pitch to Adams, and that's in the dirt, ball 1. Honestly, extra innings now are a lot more fast-paced, Mr. C, because you're seeing it's a lot more fast-paced. There's a lot more pace to it, and you got to score that run. I know you got to score that run to win, but if the home team wants to win, they're going to have to score a lot more. Here's the pitch to Adams, and that's blown away. But the game has changed a lot, the strategy of the game. That first team is trying to get that run, and that's all they really got to do to stay in the game. You can't stay in the extra innings anymore if you go scoreless in any inning. If you can't score, you're not going to win in any inning. Here's the pitch to Adams. Swinging a ground ball. This is to the shortstop. In the hole, that's Cerna. He throws to first in time for out number 3. So Jared Cerna makes the play, and the Red Wings go down 1-2-3, so we're headed to the 9th. They can't get anything going, and that's a 1-2-3 for White. He works a 1-2-3. Josh White gets the 3 outs he needs, and that's all they do. So we're headed to the 9th, everybody. We are knotted all up at 5 as we head to the top of the 9th inning. It'll be the bottom of the order, Frester, and then the top of the order with Canarella and Norby. So the 9-hole hitter, and then 1-2 for the Jumbo Shrimp in the 9th. So here we go, everybody. Top of the 9th inning. It'd be nice to have an afternoon game tomorrow instead of an evening game. Get there. I suppose the extra inning rules do make it less likely to have 15 or 16 inning games. Yeah, but I think those games are interesting, especially, I mean, I know they were trying to cut down because a lot of those new rules in 2023 were to speed up the game because they had the pitch clock, bigger bases, more stolen bases, less pickoff moves, and the extra inning runner. They're trying to bring in a new audience to the game, and I think they were able to retain their audience they have now. But nowadays, you got to keep people interested. Like with YouTube broadcast here. I have to keep the thing entirely interesting for 9 innings. And baseball, sometimes you got to make changes to make the game more interesting to fans. And one of the changes I do, face cam, made it a lot more interesting, I believe, because people knew I was talking, or with dead time, they understood my mouth wasn't moving. Before I added the face cam, it was just empty noise with my voice. So that is an example of one change you can make that can really change the game in general. For me, at least. That's how I saw it when I started this season of broadcasting with the Nationals and Red Wings of sort. That was just one thing I noticed. And I noticed that with baseball is they will make a little change like that to add on to the game, to bring in a new fan group. Because attention spans are going down. That's the thing. Attention spans are going down. They need to keep retention in. I mean, you're still going to pay to get your ticket, but they want a nice audience. And baseball fans are hard to come by these days, and a faster game may be able to help that, having a faster-paced game. Yep, the face cam rocks, says Mr. Z. Yep, the face cam rocks. Yeah, it really helps, too. It really helps. You can see the emotion. But here we go to the top of the 9th inning. Looks like they're going to go, oh, boy. Oh, boy. The Rochester Red Wings just put in Gus Varland. Oof. Gus Varland now coming into the game. Everyone, let's give Gus Varland a standing ovation. So here we go, top of the 9th, aluminum bats. Watch it fly. Oh, that'd be fun. Just give them metal bats. Just hand them metal bats and say play ball. So Varland comes set. He'll face Forrester now. He'll pitch here in the 9th. First pitch is outside, ball 1. Oof, says Mr. C. Yep. Gus Varland's going to take over for the Rochester Red Wings. He's a guy who got demoted, and his numbers didn't get much better, though. He's been struggling in AAA Rochester now. Don't want to. That's outside, ball 2. He'll take over here in the 9th after Nicholas works a decent 8th. He gives up 1 hit, 1 walk, but no runs, which is really important, and no strikeouts. So Pilkington, on the other hand, in the 7th had a tough inning as well. 1 hit. He walked a guy, no strikeouts. But now Gus Varlin trying to work a good inning here. The pitch is going to be outside. So all these pitchers have struggled, but they've been able to work their way out of jams. I'm not entirely sure that Gus Varlin looks like, are they going to intentionally walk him right here? Wow. Is Gus Varlin, they're going to intentionally walk him here. So Gus Varlin this season, in 2026 minor league games, he has 4 games worked, 4 innings, 6 strikeouts, but a 6.75 ERA. Varlin sets. Now top of the order here. Here's the first pitch to Canarella, and that's in there called strike 1. So an intentional walk there to get Canarella's going. They intentionally walked him. Interesting move there. So interesting they went to that. Varlin comes set. Here comes the 0-1. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball out to left. Ranging over is the left fielder into the corner, and Philip Glasser makes the catch in the corner for out number 1. So after Forrester draws the walk, they get the fly out. So 1 out now. Varlin does end up getting an out, so 1 gone here. So Varlin actually gets an out. Surprisingly, it would routinely be 12-11. Yeah, coming set is Varlin, yep. Here comes the pitch to Connor Norby now, a dangerous hitter. Here's the pitch, and Norby takes the pitch upstairs, ball 1. Gus Varlin wearing number 23 with AAA Rochester now, the Rochester Wings right here. Varlin looks in for his sign. He comes set. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball, hit out to left, going back is Glasser, onto the track, at the wall, and he makes the catch up against the wall. Spectacular play by Philip Glasser, but his hand is hurt. They're going to have to check on him. Wait, what? So is he moving up to third? Is that a hit? He made the catch. I don't know what they're saying here. I thought he made the catch on that one. We'll see what they call it. He looked like he made an amazing play. They're calling for some help here. Let's see what they call it. Did they say he just doubled? Glasser caught that. The ball, he had it, and his glove went off the wall, and he lost the ball because of it. He didn't drop the ball at any point, though. I didn't see him drop the ball. Had in his hand, his glove went flying off, so moving up to third. I'm really confused here. They need to get better camera angles. Glasser is on the ground right now. He is hurt. They're going to give Connor Norby a double. Wow. Glasser went back to make an amazing play. They're going to say he didn't get it. So now there's runners at second and third with 1 gone. Trainer out there to check on him, make sure he's okay. Hopefully Glasser can stay in this game. Is he going to walk off the field? Or he's walking it off at least, try to figure it out. Looks like he's going to stay in the game. Wow. Toughness from Philip Glasser right there. Or any changes that could happen to the lineup here. Glasser's going to walk over to his skip. Matthew LeCroy, make sure he's okay. So looks like Philip Glasser's going to stay out there. Almost made a spectacular play, but they can't. So once again, there's the Gus Varlin we know and love. Gives up a double in the gap in a clutch situation. So there's runners at second and third here with 1 out. So here in the top of the 9th, the Jumbo Shrimp are threatening to score with 1 gone. So Gus Varlin almost got a spectacular play from his left fielder, Glasser. That was almost an amazing play. Tip of the cap to him. Tip of the shirt to him. Almost a great play by Philip Glasser. He's injured because of it. So now Varlin will get warm, throw a couple pitches here because he did stay cold for that little while, so he's going to throw a couple warm-ups here. Make sure Glasser's okay. So looks like we're back to play here with runners at second and third. That'll bring up De Los Santos right here. De Los Santos here with 1 gone. He's been kind of quiet this entire series. He doesn't have a hit yet, and he's in the 3-hole, so I'm scared. Division De Los Santos has struck out 3 times this series, grounded into double play today, and he hasn't gotten a hit yet. The pitch is outside, ball 1 to De Los Santos, so it's a 1-0 count. Division De Los Santos, he's 0 for 4 on the day. Now there's runners on second and third for him. You got to keep them quiet right here. Varlin was, a decent closer at the MLB level. That's the thing. Here comes the 1-0. He wasn't terrible, and that pitch is going to be in there, called strike 1. But is De Los Santos going to challenge it right here? Looks like he is going to challenge it on that pitch on the outside corner. We're getting another look. The pitch. And it is a strike. So now everyone's out of ABS challenges. We're playing organic baseball right here. The Jumbo Shrimp fail a challenge that is confirmed to be a strike. Let's go.
Thank you!
So, there you go. It's confirmed to be a strike. It's to be a 1-1 here. All teams are out of their challenges. Varland looks in for his sign. He comes set. He looks good wearing the Batman jersey. Here comes the 1-1. Swinging a fly ball out to right. Ranging over his Pinckney, but that's going to get out of play. So we 1-2 now. All the food places have kind of closed here at Rochester. I mean, they probably close around the 7th inning, but here we go. Got some baseball going here, so people got to tune in to see how this game is. 1-2 here with 1 out. De Los Santos up to the plate. This would be a huge out. Varland sets. It'll be a 1-2 to De Los Santos. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. But he's going to have to throw it to first. The throw is in time. No one's going to advance. So that was a drop third strike, but they end up throwing to first in time. So Gus Varland gets a clutch strikeout exactly when he needs one right there. Good job by Gus. So Gus Varland, after giving up that double, settles in a little bit, and he gets the out he needs. So Varland here in the 9th, just trying to be productive. So 2 outs now, and he will face Kemp Alderman to try to get this 3rd out and set it up to be tied in the bottom of the 9th. Varland sets. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be outside and low ball 1 to Kemp Alderman now. So 1-0 here to Kemp, who's up to the plate. He's hitting .297 at the AAA level. Varland sets. Here's the pitch. In there, called. Strike 1 with a very hard fastball right into the zone. So to be a 1-1 count. Let's go Gus right here. Show off that you should be in the big leagues. Make your point right here, Varland. Make your point. Gus looks in for his sign. He comes set. Here comes the 1-1 to Alderman. And that's low and away ball 2. So to be a 2-1 count now. 2-1 here with 2 outs. Varland has to get something done here. Really nice if he could. So 2-1 here with 2 outs. Looking in for a sign is Varland. He comes set. Righty-righty matchup here. Here's the pitch to Alderman. Swing and a miss on a high and inside fastball. It'll be a 2-2 count. Gets him to swing through that one. So it's 2-2 here with 2 outs. Deuce's situation. 2 runners on base. Runners at 2nd and 3rd. Varland looks in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. It'll be a 2-2. Here's the pitch. Swing, check swing. Did he go? Did he go? No, on the lone outside corner. It's a 3-2 count. Oof. Max Romero immediately pointed to the first base umpire, and they didn't say he went. So it will be a 3-2 count now. 3-2 with 2 outs. Runners at 2nd and 3rd should be on the move here. Or on a walk, they wouldn't be on the move. It'll be a 3-2. Here's the pitch. Called! Strike 3. And Gus Varland gets out of that tough situation with 2 strikeouts in a row. Gus Varland out of the pen. What an outing by Gus Varland. He gives up a double, struggles in there, but then he gets 2 strikeouts. The next one looking on a pitch on the outside corner. Kemp Alderman immediately went to his helmet to try to ABS it, but they didn't have any ABS challenges left. 1 hit in the inning. 2 runners left on base, but no runs. We're headed to the bottom of the 9th, and we're tied up, everybody.
Hey, oh, let's go. Hey, oh, let's go.
So now the question is, who will the Jumbo Shrimp turn to right here? Who will the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp turn to try to hold this lead? So we don't have our update just yet, but we will head to the bottom of the 9th, everybody. It'll be Wallace, Romero Jr., and Glasser. This would be the perfect situation, a pinch hit. Yo-Yo Morales right here, though. Get Morales into the game. I don't care where he has to play in the field. Hit the dude. So maybe they stick with White right here. Maybe they'll just stick with White to stay in the game. He's a guy who's always worked long innings. They might think this game could go to extras. They don't want to waste an arm, so just stick with Josh White. So we go bottom of the 9th, everybody. Trying to put this one away with the Red Wings by scoring just 1 run. Charge! So we go, everybody. We're headed to the bottom of the 9th. Red Wings are 54 and 38. They're trying to get their 55th win of the season. And the Jumbo Shrimp are trying to chase their 51st win of the season. This is first and second of the International League teams in the International League East, which is a division of the International League. So they're trying to fight their ways to that spot. So Josh White will stay out there for the bottom of the ninth. He will face Cayden Wallace as we get going here in just a moment. Here we go, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's broadcast. So here we go, bottom of the ninth inning. Time for some good baseball right here. Let's go. So here we go, bottom of the ninth. We're about to get underway here. Just remember, no spoilers in the chat. First pitch here to Cayden Wallace is up and away, ball one. It's a 1-0 count. Come on, Wallace. You just got to find your way on right here. That is the one thing. Just get your way on here. Coming set is going to be White. Here comes the 1-0 to Wallace. Righty-righty matchup. Here's the pitch. Wallace swings and fouls this one back, so it'll be a 1-1 count. I mean, this is the atmosphere you'll get at the Major Leagues, a 5-5 game. Maybe not as big stadium, but this is what you want to have. I mean, Cayden Wallace, you're trying to get to the big leagues. This is a guy who could be there, so come on right here. Get on the board right here. Get one more run. Here's the 1-1 to Wallace. The pitch. Wallace swing and a miss. He's late on a breaking ball. It's a 1-2 count. Wallace can't get a piece of that one. 297 average for him in minor league baseball, but he's had some good numbers. He had some good numbers with Double-A Harrisburg. Now he has some decent ones here. 300 average while with Double-A Harrisburg. Good for Varland. Yeah, really good for Gus Varland. Yeah, Mr. C was really good that he gets that exposure. Here's the pitch to Wallace, and that's upstairs. Someone will be taken for a ball. Should be a 2-2 count. Oppo Taco time. Yes, Oppo Taco time. This, Mr. C, this is not a big ballpark. This is a micro stadium. Doesn't fit too many people, and it's not far to left or right. It'll be a 2-2 to Wallace. Here's the pitch. Wallace takes a pitch upstairs. Ball 3. It's a 3-2 count. Getting this guy on base would be huge right here. Have a base runner. So it'll be 3-2 here. With no one gone, bottom of the ninth, we are tied at 5, everybody. Coming set is going to be White. Here comes the 3-2 to Wallace. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball fouled on the right field line. We'll do 3-2 again. This is exciting right here. A lot of the fans have stayed here to stay for this game. Second deck fans, a lot of people still in the club section at the game. So it'll be another 3-2 here. Good AB worked against White here. Cayden Wallace still holding this great at bat. It'll be a 3-2 here. Coming set is White. The 3-2. Inside ball 4. Cayden Wallace draws a walk. What an at bat by Cayden Wallace, and he finds himself on first. Great job by Cayden Wallace right there. Now there's a runner on first with no one out in the bottom of the ninth. I mean, no reason that Cayden Wallace isn't stealing right here. Get him to second base, and you can bunt with Romero Jr., and then you have a runner on third and one out, and Philip Glasser up to the plate. And Philip Glasser already has a walk-off hit this season. So Romero will come up to the plate here from the left side. Looks like they already have shortstop near the bag. Here's the first pitch. Showing bunt, and he takes it away. So it's ball 1. It's a 1-0 count. He did not go, so 1-0 here. I mean, let him pitch to you. In that case, let him pitch to you. If this is what you want to do right here, let him try to gas. Looks like shortstop's going to stay near the bag, very close in case he goes. Here comes the 1-0 to Romero Jr. He's going to show bunt again. This time he gets it down. They're going to go to first with it. The throw is going to be in time for out number 1, but now at second base is going to be Wallace. Good bunt right there. So 1-3 on the bunt. So good job there by Maxwell Romero laying down the sack bunt. Willing to do that for the team. So now runner at second here is Cayden Wallace with one gone, and that'll bring up one of the best averages on this team, and Philip Glasser in a lefty-righty matchup. Now Spikes, who's right above me, is right behind the plate with a Batman mask on and a Batman kind of themed costume there with a cape and a mask. So he's right behind the plate. Here's the pitch to Glasser. First pitch is inside and low, ball 1. Keeps it in front, so it's a 1-0 count. But it's cool that Spikes is on field. Spikes is getting excited. Try to get this win. Spikes is right above me if you want to see him. One of the best mascots in bait. You've got to be kidding me. They just went to the commercial break screen. You've got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. Come on. The production, man. So Philip Glasser up to the plate here. Glasser with Wallace at second. So Wallace at second here. Up to the plate. Runner at second here with one out. Coming set. Spike still right behind the plate. Here's the pitch to Glasser. Glasser swings and grounds this one to the second baseman. He's running. Throw to first is in time for out number 2. Runners up to third now with 2 outs. So Glasser grounds out. That'll bring up Christian Franklin here with 2 away. Ground out by Philip Glasser moves the runner up to third, but now Christian Franklin's up to the plate with 2 outs. He's 1 for 4 on the day with a single to the third baseman. That was a line drive kind of off of him. So now that'll bring up Christian Franklin. Spike's still behind the plate, but now looks like Spikes has to tie his shoe. Oh no, in the middle of a rally. Now, he was getting a signature. Let's go. Spikes was given a signature. So now that'll bring Christian Franklin. That's way outside, ball 1. It's a 1-0 count. This is not a very big backstop, though, so a pitch gets away. Probably not going to score him. It's a base hit right here for Christian Franklin, wins it. White looks in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. It'll be a 1-0 here to Franklin. Here's the pitch. Franklin swinging a fly ball out to right, going out as the first baseman. He can't make the catch in foul ground. So another life for Christian Franklin. Tracking it was De Los Santos. Right fielder was also Edsel running in. Second baseman Miller even came, but De Los Santos can't make the catch, and it's a 1-1 count. Another life for the Red Wings. So to be a 1-1 count with 2 outs. Bottom of the ninth, winning run stands at third base. Christian Franklin up to the plate. A base hit wins it. You got a righty-righty matchup right here. 252 average for Franklin. 6 home runs. He has 30 runs driven in and 16 stolen bases. A good 2-hitter, leadoff hitter type of guy. Kind of gives me flashes of Trey Turner. Not too much pop ever in minor league baseball. Here comes the 1-1 to Franklin. Franklin takes a pitch outside, ball 2, so it's a 2-1 count here to Christian Franklin. Spike still right behind the plate, celebrating, hanging out with the team, trying to get them up and going. So away from third is Wallace, and up to the plate is Franklin with 2 outs. Coming set is going to be White. He's dancing. Spikes is right behind the plate dancing, getting people all riled up. The pitch to Franklin is inside, ball 3, and it's a 3-1 count. Can't get that one a hit. So it's a 3-1 count. Now he's going to get a hittable pitch right here, something he can drive right here with 2 outs. They're probably going to throw him a strike. They don't want to face Abimelec Ortiz with runners on first and third. Here's the 3-1. Franklin, they're going to check his swing. Did he go? No, and Christian Franklin's going to take a walk. Now there's runners at first and third with 2 outs. Second walk of the inning. Now there's runners on the corners with 2 outs. Now you can try to get creative on the baseline. Bait a throw down a second. Try to get something going there. And Abimelec Ortiz is going to try to be the man to try to do this one right here. Runners on first and third. Abby in a lefty-righty matchup. He hits from the left side. He has 2 hits on the game, a walk and a flyout. Here's the pitch. Ortiz takes a pitch in the dirt, ball 1. They're going to let Christian Franklin move up to second on defensive indifference. They don't even care. So Franklin will have a DI. Runners at second and third now. They aren't even going to bait the throw or anything. So now, time called here. So they saying something here. Looks like they're going to take an intentional walk. They're going to walk Abimelec Ortiz to get to Brady House with 2 outs. Wow. They're going to intentionally walk Abby to get to Brady House here with 2 outs. Yo, it's not like Brady House is that bad of a hitter. Brady House still hit for the cycle just a week ago in AAA. So now Brady House will come to the plate, and today he has not been very successful. 3 strikeouts and a hit by pitch. A walk does win it right here, though. Here's the pitch to Brady. House is going to take a pitch outside, ball 1. It's a 1-0 count. They could really draw a walk right here to win it. That's even better. I mean, just doing that would be funny, especially with 2 outs. But Brady House is a dangerous hitter, except he hasn't had much success the past few days. Here comes the 1-0 to House. House takes a pitch on the outside corner, called strike 1. Yesterday, he had a couple hits. Obviously scared of Little Poppy. Yes, they're scared of Little Poppy with the winning run on third. They walked him to get to Brady House, who doesn't hit well against righties. So I know that's their reasoning here. Fans are up to their feet. Here comes the 1-1 to House. House swinging a fly ball down the right field line, but fouling out of play. So that one into the stands. So it'll be a 1-2 count now. House got a decent piece of that one, so he's down to 2 strikes once again. 1-2 here with 2 outs. Man, Spikes is really hyped there behind the plate. He is dancing all around. It'll be a 1-2 here. Here's the pitch to Brady. House swings and fouls this one. First base side again, so we got a nice piece of that one and fouls it off again. So 1-2 here with 2 outs. Once again, good AB by Brady House, but a nice line drive is all he really needs right here. 1-2 here with 2 outs. Got a lot of clapping going on, and Spikes is behind the plate going crazy over there. Wants everyone hyped up. Coming set is White. The 1-2 to House. House takes a pitch in the dirt. It gets away from the catcher. Here comes Wallace. He is safe. And the Rochester Red Wings are going to win this one. A walk-off wild pitch by the pitcher. A walk-off wild pitch. A walk-off wild pitch. Josh White threw a pitch in the dirt that got away from the catcher, and Cayden Wallace came to score. And the Rochester Red Wings are going to win this one 6-5 in 9 innings. They win this one, and final score, the Red Wings 6 and the Jumbo Shrimp 5. They win it on a wild pitch. Mr. C is cracking up. Yes, a wild pitch to win that one. Oh my gosh, a wild pitch is the thing that wins it. A wild pitch, and the Red Wings are going to take this 3-game series 2-0 already. They're going for the sweep tomorrow. Mr. C says, what a great ending. Yes, what an absolutely amazing ending to a game that had so many ups and downs, and it ends with Wallace scoring on a wild pitch. They walked Abimelec Ortiz. Awesome call, DN. Thank you, Mr. C. Hope to see you tomorrow, Mr. C, for at least a little bit of the Nationals game tomorrow, because we're back with our Nats. But, man, the strategy there was good. Great call in a great fashion. Thank you, DN Dad. Man, I understand the strategy there by the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. They're walking to get to Brady House, because Brady House had not been good against righties all night. He was 0 for 3 anyway. All he had was a hit by pitch. He didn't even advance. Struck out 3 times. And over this time, yeah, you know it, says Mr. C. Yep. See you then, Mr. C. Thank you so much. See you later. Watch it fly, Mr. C. So, yeah, Brady House yesterday had 2 hits, and he wasn't doing much. He struck out. He drew a walk yesterday, but he struck out 4 times this series. So they walked to get to Brady House, loading the bases, and they did not expect that Josh White would try to bury a breaking ball, and that would end up scoring Cayden Wallace from third. That he tried to bury a breaking ball, try to get Brady House to chase. House, good job by him, was patient. He took it, and that ended up scoring the winning run in Cayden Wallace. A walk-off wild pitch. Cayden Wallace scores on the play, and the Red Wings take it 6-5. So, what an ending. What an ending. That is minor league baseball for you. Anything can happen. Walk-off wild pitch, walk-off walk. Anything can happen in minor leagues. No hits in the inning. Let's think about that. You get a walk from Cayden Wallace, a bunt from Maxwell Romero, a ground out from Glasser, a walk from Franklin, an intentional walk from Ortiz. So no hits in the inning. They don't touch Josh White, and they end up still taking the win. That was a good game. Good game, good ending. That's minor league baseball for you. If you don't watch minor league baseball, you do now, because it's crazy, and you saw it right there. So thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in to today's broadcast, brought to you by Watch It Fly Media. Thank you so much to everyone who tuned in today. So we're going to get you ready for a redirect right here. I'm going to go watch the Nationals game, or at least pieces of it, and enjoy some late night food. But for now, I'm going to get you guys a redirect link. Let's go do that now. Let's get you guys a redirect link. But man, crazy ending. A walk-off wild pitch. When you get to see that. And I reposted this on Instagram. The Red Wings posted, how can you not be romantic about baseball? How can you not be romantic about baseball right then in that fashion? In that fashion of a win. So, good win overall. Good win overall. So let's get going here with a redirect link right here. I'm going to redirect you guys. I hope to see you soon. Hope to see you tomorrow, by the way. I hope to see you all tomorrow for tomorrow's baseball game, Nationals game tomorrow, which is really awesome. So I'm going to send you guys over there. Let's send you over to Rise. Actually, let's over to Dr. DeLay. He's doing a Pirates Yeah, let's head over to this guy. Let's head over to Pirates Guardians. That's going to be where we head for the night. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in today. I will see you all soon right here on District Nation. We are going to go with our intro video as an outro video, so we're going to play that. Thank you so much to everyone who tuned in today. I hope to see you all soon right here on District Nation, and soon, meaning tomorrow at 3:50 p.m. for some Washington Nationals coverage once again. So tune in then for the Washington Nationals game. I hope to see you soon right here on District Nation, play-by-play, and thank you for tuning into today's Red Wings game. Final score, the Rochester Red Wings 6, the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp 5 on a walk-off wild pitch. I will see you all soon right here on District Nation. Thank you so, so much for tuning in. To Tana. Tana swings and drives it to deep right field. Going back is the right fielder Hill, and that one is gone! Watch it fly, Jose Tana on the top of the 10th. A nice little pass there to his man, and that's no good. By Daniels, now bringing it back up is McCollum. Will stop. 3 again. And again, he drains it. 11-2 Wizards. 3 threes in a row. Hands it off. Rodriguez up the middle. Touchdown, Commanders! Rodriguez with the touchdown run. Chris Rodriguez Jr.